There's apparently some fraudulent activities going on in Los Angeles. And it's not Lakerland. It's in Clipperland with Steve Ballmer, Kawhi Leonard, and Aspiration. A business name, Aspiration, Swiper?
Yep.
Apparently, Kawhi Leonard was gifted or contracted $28 million under the table, circumvented cap, if you will. Swiper, I know you've done your research on this. Would you like to speak on this matter?
Well, I think you covered it a little bit yesterday. You just want me to do a quick synopsis since you went over some?
Yeah. And then I also have a statement that was released by the Clippers, too.
Yeah, you do have a statement that was released by the Clippers that was different than the one that was their initial response, which is very important legally.
So what was their initial response?
Bring that up, Swipe.
We'll talk about that when you read the statement. We will discuss that portion.
You want me to read it right now? Should I start with the statement?
Sure. Yeah. Why
Please.
not?
Let's start with the statement.
Before I get into the statement, you guys already know the show is brought to you by Splash Sports. None other than Splash Sports. Make sure you download the app and click the link at the top of the description to join the 50K Survivor pool. Yo, Jay, what's going on?
What's up with it?
How you living today?
I'm chilling, man.
Okay.
Where you going?
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. I will read this statement. It's pretty long, but y'all bear with me. This is what the Clippers had to say. They said neither the Clippers nor Steve Ballmer circumvented the salary cap. The notion that Steve invested in Aspiration in order to funnel money to Kawhi Leonard is absurd. Steve invested in Aspiration, and Aspiration's co-founders presented themselves as committed to doing right by their customers while protecting the environment. In case you guys don't know, Aspiration is a tree planting company. So that's why they said protecting the environment. After a long campaign of market manipulation, which defrauded not only Steve, but numerous other investors and sports teams, Aspiration filed for bankruptcy. Its co-founder, Joseph Sandberg, recently pleaded guilty to $243 million fraud. Neither Steve nor the Clippers had knowledge of any improper activity by Aspiration or its co-founder until after the government initiated its investigation. Aspiration was a team sponsor for the 2021-22 and 22-23 season before defaulting on its contract. There is nothing unusual or untoward about the team sponsors doing endorsement deals with players on the same team. Neither Steve nor the Clippers organization had any oversight of Kawhi's independent endorsement agreement with Aspiration. To say otherwise is flat out wrong. The Clippers take NBA compliance extremely seriously, fully respect the league's rules, and welcome its investigation related to Aspiration. The Clippers will also continue to cooperate with law enforcement in its investigation into Aspiration's blatantly fraudulent activity. Thoughts on this, fellas?
Swiper was going to bring this to the forefront. I'm interested to hear Swiper's point.
So I know you talked about it a little bit yesterday, so I will not be long-winded. And I know people don't necessarily care about this kind of stuff just because this is a lot of legal jargon and things that have to do with stuff that has nothing to do with actual on-the-court basketball play. But one of the most important points here is that in the initial comments from the Clippers, that their response to Pablo Torres and the work that he did over 7 months. This is a 7-month investigation. There are over 4,000 pages of information that he has collected. There are over 7 interviews with people from this organization and Aspiration that no longer exist that he has interviewed personally. So he has done a dubious amount of work in order to put this collection of information together. And in the Clippers' first initial response to him, they told Torre that any assertion of wrongdoing involving Steve Ballmer or the team is provably false. They said provably false.
Mm-hmm.
So then their next response in the one that Ron just read, they didn't use that statement. And that is very important there because Pablo points out 2 things in their statement. They said that they used the word oversight. So we need an explanation on what exactly that means in terms of Ballmer and what the Clippers were doing or not doing with Aspiration. But then they also took the phrase provably false out. Because what happens is legally that if you say, and for instance, which is probably what's going to happen, If they take Pablo to court, which means they're going to take his network to court, because this is how networks are set up. When you do this amount of work and you have this kind of investigation that involves tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, there are lawyers in place for the Athletic so that the Clippers and Steve Ballmer, when they do decide to sue, they can then respond to that suit by saying you cannot sue Pablo directly. You have to actually sue the organization. And then you get into like a fight of conglomerates and giants. Remember, the Athletic is a part of the New York Times, which is a part of one of the larger conglomerates in the media in the world. So like, you're not just suing the Athletic, you're suing New York Times, and then you're suing beyond that the voices and money behind the New York Times. So just understand how large this is. Sure. So when Pablo puts this information out, the reason why they had to take legally provably false out is, one, if they do sue Pablo and they sue the information he has and they sue the connects that he talked to, they then have to take him to court. And then based on their own insertion of the word provably false, they have to then include documentation that specifically states that Steve Ballmer had no direct interaction with Aspiration, and that there was not some kind of money laundering scheme, which is essentially what this is, no money laundering scheme that existed to be able to pay Kawhi Leonard off of the salary cap, which would be illegal under the CBA. Now, Chill, why this is so important, the CBA has been in place for 3 seasons now. There's the first apron, there's the second apron, and then you obviously have everything, all the penalties that exist after that. And then you have the luxury tax underneath the aprons. The issue is that this deal was signed in 2021. So this would have extended, as a part of their cap, an additional $7 million a year for the next several seasons, which would have put them in different apron tax brackets, which meant they would have incurred penalties over the course of this time as well that they didn't have to pay. And when Pablo did this, and this is why you never, when you deal with journalists, y'all, and you deal with investigative journalists, you never, ever, ever want to get into a fight with a real one. Because what happens is, he's done all of the work. Because what happens is, when you do this kind of stuff, Jay, you put your whole career on the line. You put your company on the line. You put your reputation on the line. So if I'm coming to the table and saying I have basically a definitively correct statement, meaning I've done all of the work with all the information that's available to me, I'm making a statement that I know that you circumvented the salary cap by paying Kawhi Leonard on a 4-year deal with aspiration for $28 million a year in total, and you never ever got any public statement from Kawhi Leonard, any public association with Kawhi Leonard with this organization. So when you do this kind of thing, bro, you basically like, it's a lock and key. Like I know, and the great thing about it is too, Chill. You know what this reminds me of? If anybody's ever really interested in stuff like this, you can look up the Boston Globe. They have a Spotlight division, and this is a much larger issue, but the Spotlight, they're the ones that broke what was happening in the Catholic Church in Boston, like over a decade ago. It was a huge nationwide scandal. And Spotlight does similar work where they spend literally years or months investigating one organization, one person, and they will do anything and everything to find every available public information that you have. We will find and we'll utilize that to build a case against you to inform the public. So when you're in this situation with Pablo, I mean, I don't know how the Clippers circumvent this unless the NBA decides
they don't Swiper. They don't. And the reason why they don't is because the $1 million question that needs to be answered here is how did Pablo find this information? Well, Pablo found out this information because when involved in a conspiracy, which is exactly what this is, if we're being honest, when involved in a conspiracy, there's somebody that's disgruntled. And that's the person who's going to leak it. I said this to you before, Ron. That tape, when you saw P. Diddy beating up that woman in the hotel, just so you know, that happened almost 10 years ago. That didn't happen like when we saw it. So did that tape just magically appear? No, it didn't. The reason why it didn't magically appear is because whoever was hiding it didn't get paid. They was the ones who weren't compensated. And you compensate people in different ways. You compensate people. You motivate people. Let me rephrase that. You motivate people in different ways. You motivate people with money. You motivate people with fear. You motivate people with power. So in this instance, all the investigative reporting that Pablo did, we had to get the door cracked somewhere. So somewhere along the line, somebody wasn't getting paid, and they started talking about it. And because they started talking about it, Pablo started doing his homework on this, and only this is just the tip of the iceberg, by the way. There's no way that Kawhi Leonard didn't know about this. His name is on this. And I said this to you yesterday, Ron. Kawhi Leonard at that point, when he signed that deal in 2021, he's in the league 10 years at that point. When he goes over to the Clippers, which I'm sure this was brought to him at that point. It might not have been a done deal, but it was something that was brought to him at that point. He's not green about this sort of stuff. So he put his name on this. So with him putting his name on this, we have a paper trail now. Yep. And now that we have a paper trail, now he has some explaining to do. You can't sell us the idea that, yo, I didn't know anything about this. Yes, you did. You 100% knew about this. And to Swiper's point about circumventing the salary cap for 4 years, that's significant penalties. We're looking at significant fines. We're looking at draft picks. I think that they've lost. Let's see, with the James Harden trade, and now let's see with the James Harden trade. I don't think that they have any first round picks for like 3 years. They could lose an additional 3 or 4 more draft picks. So we look. I think they don't have a first round pick until like 2030 or something like that.
All right,
so
chill.
they could lose it.
It's time to send them niggas to the G League.
I'm saying, Ron.
They are cooked.
I'm saying, Ron, because we're looking at a team with the Clippers where it's already difficult to sign free agents as it is, and they got to build. They have to build their unit through the draft because it's the Clippers. Unfortunately, even though that they're in the big time market, it's the Clippers. Who they signed in the offseason? Brook Lopez. As old as Brook Lopez is, they end up bagging John Collins, sure. But moving on, I think it's going to be really difficult for them to try to sell me the idea, Swiper, that this was something that we just got scammed on. Okay, Steve Ballmer, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys can straighten me out with this. Steve Ballmer, I think he's, if I'm not mistaken, 50 to like 80 billion up, something like that.
He's more than that. He's the 6th richest person in the world.
So with that being, so with that being said, Swiper, I'm pretty sure that he has people who do their due diligence.
This is how they get paid, Joe.
Yes, there's no way
they offshore to back up your point. When you're this wealthy, Chill, you offshore your own money to pay yourself through shell companies to avoid taxes in the country you live in particular in the United 100%. States. This is where you get the money laundering stuff comes from, that with the drug dealers and how they take their money and they'll put it in other places, other businesses, and they'll funnel all of their illegal money through these private industries that are legal. Yep. And then they'll get that money back with interest back into their bank account, but they're all settled offshore. That way they do not have to go through the legally mandated process within the United States or other countries like that, or Europe, for instance. So, Jill, all of these people, all of them get their checks this way. Go ahead, Ron.
I was just gonna say, just to piggyback on Swiper, I do a little business on the side. You do, and I'm
down for it. You do good business. Good business.
I rub elbows with a lot of wealthy people, and there are legal ways to do this.
Yep.
I'm not saying that this was a legal way. We don't know everything that has went on between the company and the tree planting and Kawhi and Steve Ballmer. We don't know, but there are legal ways to do this. However, the NBA has a salary cap, and to pay somebody under the table for 4 years, it is illegal, no matter what.
And I think one of the big things about this, kind of Ox knows this because you've been involved in basketball in personally in a different way than I have, like on the other side as a player. Like when you get to a certain level, Ox, you get like agreements with the organization or like the ownership. You can work like for them and do ads, or you can do events and you can get paid for all that stuff. Like you show up and they'll give you $1 million. You show up and they'll give you $750. You show up and they give you 100 bands. That stuff happens. The issue with this one is that there is no public documentation at all, literally none, that Kawhi Leonard ever showed up to do anything or speak up on behalf of Aspiration. And then when Pablo interviewed the employees, and if you watch the actual, it was like an 1.5 hour show. If you watch the show, he spoke directly to one of the higher ups in the financial department of Aspirations. And he even noted that this person, they had them rated anonymous, obviously. That was one of the largest checks they had signed for any celebrity over the course of the existence of the corporation. And they never, ever saw him or heard from him in any way or any capacity while he was collecting those checks with Aspirations. So that's the issue. It's like, if he would have done any public appearances with this, then maybe you could have shaped it differently. And so that's why Pablo's assertion was so strong. is that when I looked into this for 7 months and I tried to find at least a paper trail for how this happened, then that would have been a different story. But then on top of that, we're able to kind of put the piece together based on the information I found publicly, the financial paper trail and whose name is where. Yo, like this was clearly
what was the agreement though, Swipe? What was his agreement? What was he supposed to do for them in return?
Well,
for
that's
money?
the thing. They're purportedly the biggest thing about it.
It was a no-show job.
Yeah, it was. So basically, it was.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just curious.
It was a no-show contract. But then, really, the biggest thing was he had to be on the Clippers in order to get the rest of this money. What's the thing?
Right? Because Pablo on the thing when the clip you showed yesterday, they were like, "Oh, I looked through all the social media. He didn't make one post. He might not have the same agreement as who they say Robert Downey Jr. or whoever else there was. Unless we know what the agreement was, can we really say that he didn't fulfill his obligations? That's all I'm saying.
We can't say that, Ox.
Right, and that's all I'm saying.
He might have signed on the correct creative director department. He might be behind the scenes making ideas.
He might just be a consultant. You know what I'm saying? And that happens all the time. But my only thing is throughout this whole time, I've always heard, oh, you can go to a big market, you can go to the Lakers, you can go to Miami, you can go to New York because you'll be able to get that money through other ways. I've always heard that. And so I'm just curious to know how come it's an issue for Kawhi to do that. On top of that, I just want to say that this is America. I've said this yesterday. This is America. I just think it's poor taste for us just to come up here and just assume guilt. Because this is America and we don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do. Ox, we 100% do.
We're not supposed to.
We're not supposed to, though, Chill. That's the
we're not supposed to, but
that's not what's happening.
Not only are we not supposed to.
No, I'm telling you because you have to watch the whole thing. I'm saying like
right, but with that being
on the regular,
Chill, and that's wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. You're not supposed to do that. Let me just finish saying that real quick. I just want to say that I just think that until we get all of these facts, I think it's a lot of people are going to be looking pretty bad.
No, but he addressed this though. I think Ox, you're speaking on a subject that's already been talked about by Pablo himself, and further information will come out
about Pablo. Yeah, I'm talking.
Pablo talking about Alpheren. I know
he's done extensive research, Swiper. What I'm saying is until somebody is found guilty, I think we should just stop.
It's not going to court, so it's not being found guilty. It's not going to court.
Okay, well, maybe not court, but that's my next question, Swiper. What's gonna happen? What's gonna be the conclusion of this?
The NBA.
So maybe not in like the in the Supreme Court, but in the court of the NBA, whatever they do when they
court of silver.
Just like what happened with Malik Beasley. And I was wrong for that because I was like, damn, he's cooked after just seeing some clips. Come to find out, they're like, nah, he's good.
That's not the same thing though, brother.
Well, no, it might not be the same situation, but it is the same thing as far as how we're reacting to clips, how we're reacting to Pablo's investigative work, like he's some private detective or something. So that's my only thing.
He's an investigative reporter.
That's what he does. Yeah.
Investigative journalist. I'm saying he's not. You know what I'm saying? He's not the
law. Is what you're saying?
He's not the law. He's not the law. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, after this, he gonna be the law. LAPD for sure gonna hire that boy.
Well, Ron, I think we need to just wait and make sure that everything is on the up and up. And once again, like I said yesterday, if the Clippers are wrong for this, if Steve Ballmer is wrong for this, he deserves whatever comes. Whatever he loses, draft picks. I just think it's dangerous for us to just jump off the cliff and assume that first of all that anybody did any wrongdoing. I think it's wrong.
We shouldn't talk about this at all, Ox. With the stuff
I didn't say that.
Right now
I didn't say that.
But that's what we're doing, though, Ox. We're discussing. We're discussing what's going on right now with the information that we have. We're not jumping off the cliff. Nobody up here is saying Kawhi Leonard is getting kicked out of the league. Nobody is saying that the Clippers are going to be The Clippers are going to be.
Yes, y'all did. I just heard y'all talk about all the draft picks they're going to lose and how bad this is about to be.
He did say they could lose them. He didn't say they will. He said they could lose them.
You're not saying that this is alleged. You guys are just.
I want to, but I do want to say this though, because we're getting into
talking about drug dealers and shell companies.
Yeah. So hold on.
Moving shady though.
We talking about money laundering.
Hey,
we need to keep it in line though. Like I think why this is important though, because people are bringing up. Actually, I think you're bringing up two different things. Number one, and I think legally you're bringing up multiple different things. And I'm going to explain why there are multiple different things. So first one, you can just bring a Tupac Westside super chat. I know we shouldn't assume guilt immediately, but unfortunately a lot of us do. For example, a lot of people believed Amber Heard over Johnny Depp before the audio got leaked. This is not in any way, any fashion, the same kind of story or same thing. That was taken to court, and in particular goes to civil court. The issue is on the other side of this. What this is about is we have paper trails from financial institutions that have showed, plus involvement, that have showed what happened, when it happened, and we have information that highly suggests at the best, hold on, Ox, highly suggest that what happened was there was an attempt to circumvent the salary cap. On the basis of this information that I have found and collected, it is now up to the legal parties, which is the NBA investigative team, to go and comb through this information, which I have 4,000 pages of documentation, 7 full interviews with aspiration for you to listen to, and incriminating evidence, which is incriminating in this instance, incriminating leading towards the outcome that I have laid out that is beyond deniability, that this is a probable outcome. That you still haven't come with the paperwork that shows.
No, I have no, but
you didn't even know I'm about to ask you. You don't know what I'm not even done talking. Obligation is.
Go ahead, brother.
Like that's what I'm saying. You don't know what Kawhi Leonard was supposed to do for that money. So y'all keep saying
that as if I think Ox, but you're speaking.
All right, but no, that's the point though, Swiper. That's the point.
It's not. I know. Let me finish, my dog.
I mean.
You're just interrupting because you're defending Kawhi
Here's
Leonard.
the thing, fellas.
That's
where it's gotten. No, go ahead, Ron.
I'm not going to let either of you guys finish.
No, that's fine.
Chat, I know the perfect way for you guys to get money in your pocket, the legal way. And it's on Splash Sports, baby. What better way to open your bank account, take a big wad of cash, and splash it in there like this whale on the screen, then in the $50K Survivor contest that we're doing with Splash Sports starting this Sunday, week 1 of the NFL kickoff. It's no better way to get involved in the sports game that you know, that you love, that you study, that you debate, that you watch every single day than right here on Splash Sports with us, the fellas, the panel, Mars, Swiper, Ox, Chill, Ron, Penn, Jordan, Jay, everybody. We are all getting involved in this Survivor contest. Now, you want to know what it is? I'll break it down to you real quickly and real easily. You know what? It's better that I actually just put it on the screen. Bingo. Survivor contest. This is what it is. Oh, wait. What you guys doing?
That's not what it is. No,
there it is. All right, so you go to SplashSports.com or you download the app where you could play big contests and win big money. You go to the Survivor 25 right here. You join Players' Choices Survivor 25. And essentially, this means you make a pick every week. And if you get the pick right, you move on to the next round. If you miss, you're done. Now, as you can see right here, this person picked the Chiefs. They won and they moved on. Well, you can see right here, they picked the Philadelphia Eagles week 1. Then they picked the Denver Broncos. How'd that hit? Well, some miraculous fate, the Broncos moved on and they got both picks right. Week 3, they're picking the Chiefs. Now, if they win week 3, obviously they advance to week 4. If they lose week 3, then they are out, and whoever got the first 3 weeks right, they will move on. Now, let's say only one person gets week 3 right and everybody else loses. Then that person will then win whatever the grand pot is. You see, this lucky guy, David, he happened to win $2,500,000. Ours is just $50K, but hey, I think 50K make anybody up here happy, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is, y'all. Make sure to join the Player's Choice 50K Survivor, and we will see you guys on Sunday. We got all the guys signed up, and we all ready to rock and roll. It should be a good time. I plan on making it to week 16, but I'll probably only have to make it to week 5 because you guys don't really know football like that, so that's all it'll really be.
You're not making it past week 3,
like, come on,
bro. Be real.
Be serious, Ron.
Swiper, I really am curious to know though, like what was found out.
My question for you, Swiper, is didn't the NBA investigate when he initially signed in 2019 that signing, or are they only investigating now from 2020?
So this is 21. So the 2019 stuff, he was he was propagating with the Raptors, and Dennis. This is more Uncle Dennis because obviously Kawhi doesn't speak for himself. He has an agent and representation. Mm-hmm. They wanted additional services from both the Lakers and both the Raptors on if he were to re-sign. There's a certain amount of money and compensation that I want that exists outside of the framework of the contract. There's a certain kinds of levels of privileges that I want associated with planes, all kind of stuff that I want associated with the organization outside of my contract. There were things that he was looking for in terms of actual physical things or monetary things that he wanted in order to re-sign with the Raptors, sign with the Lakers. So what happened is my speculation. So this is me speculating based on the information that I've heard. I am speculating that what happened is when he had a deal initially with the Lakers, that he then asked for other things from Jeannie and the family at the time. Again, if we all know Jeannie doesn't have the same amount of money and the Bus family doesn't have the same amount of money, a lot of other NBA owners. But then from there, the Clippers in response obviously ponied up something that allowed for him to feel more comfortable with signing with the Clippers than with the Lakers initially. Because, you know, if I don't remember timeline in 2019, I thought for sure he was signing with the Lakers. Remember, the Lakers had Anthony Davis and LeBron on the books. They had no one else on the book at the time. They were waiting for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, who we later found out needed to be acquired in order for him to sign with the Clippers. They were waiting on Kawhi Leonard to sign with them because then they're going to open up the rest of their spots, be able to fill the free agency and all that stuff. But he went to the Clippers. But Ox, I do think it's important, and I think this is important for anyone, that the video is available for everyone to watch. And if you want to look into the contract in terms of what they have allowed, Ox, there's an hour and 20 minutes. And literally, when you go to 31 minutes and 14 seconds into the video, they start getting into the nuances of the contract and some of the things that he was required to do legally in order to bind him to aspirations. Go ahead.
Like what? Like the public appearances, signing autographs, stuff like that.
Yeah, public appearances, signing autographs.
Are these public appearances per se, or are they like
no? So I'll read
like events, like what you call those? Like when you have a what you call it, Ron? Like when you remember, like that, like the NAACP time we went to in Seattle. What do you call it?
What about it?
Like the dinners when you sell the plates, like
gala,
like different like galas and different stuff like that. You know, like charity events when we're selling the places. Is it public appearances or is it stuff like that we don't really know who was in attendance to?
So one of them, for instance, like just one of the clauses is
fundraisers.
Right. So there's two bars, and again, some of this will come out more as this investigation goes on because that's just the way you do it. You don't want to reveal everything up front because then obviously if you do get taken to court, then you'll be able to have information they don't have access to. Then that's how you can deliberate and all that stuff.
Yeah, that sounds kind of like scumbaggish.
That's how it goes, though.
That legally. That's exactly how you do it. Like when you go into a complaint and file against someone, you never want to reveal like off firsthand how much information you have, because what happens is if you get into a situation where you do go to court and then someone tries to sue you, the company can then respond by saying, well, we have more trails of information that share. This is how you broke the agreement, how you broke the law, or how you did not fulfill your side of this business deal, whatever this might be. And then you can take that through with the judge, and then the judge can then reprimand based on the information he has. And then that's where the jury can make a decision.
Before the trial, it's still like the discovery. So you have to level it all out.
So what you trying to say is Pablo got a haymaker in his back pocket?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have 4,000 pages of information in 7 months,
not if you're going to court, Ron. If you're going to court, you have to have discovery. Everybody has to know what the evidence is, Ron.
But you can submit new evidence during the.
You can submit if you have the evidence. You know what I'm saying. The discovery comes out. You know what I'm saying. You get all.
So just to read.
According to the law, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ox.
So whereas Kawhi Leonard, a professional basketball player with the National Basketball Association, currently on the roster for Los Angeles Clippers, whereas company desires that KL2, which is Kawhi Leonard's company that he signed for himself, caused Leonard to provide the services of to promote and market company as more particularly set forth herein. And then you can start to go through the list. Then they go through the signatures that are on it. And then one of the clauses here, and so I'll read through this whole thing for everybody can kind of listen and just see what one of the things is legally.
Listen, Ox.
Promotional materials shall mean advertising, marketing, promotional and commercial materials in any form and in any media now known or later developed, including in 1, print media, 2, trade materials, 3, online advertisements, including banner ads, email blasts, websites, social media outlets, and amplifications, and audio-visual content, including television commercials, radio commercials, viral videos, and generally any pictorial, video, audio, or textual materials. Promotional materials shall not contain any Leonard IP except as expressly permitted in a separate written agreement between the company and the owner of Leonard IP at issue. Term has the meaning set forth in section 2.9. Designated representative shall mean Dennis R. Robertson. So then that's when it gets into the direct interview with the financial lead at Aspirations. So in that segment of the things he was legally required to do, Pablo, based on the investigation that he did over a 7-month period and interviewing several different people, found that Kawhi Leonard in the promotional material section had not fulfilled any one of those obligations he was legally required to do so in order to get that money. Mm-hmm. So that's where we got to this point.
So essentially, in English or in layman's terms, for the people that like to get things broken down in layman's terms, in basketball terms, Ox, you don't have to come to class. But I ain't saying don't. You ain't got to come to class every day. But I ain't saying that you can't come to class. You can come to class. I ain't saying that you got to be in that bitch every day and you got to show up every day and you got to sit in the front of the class. You got to get all A's. No, but I'm not saying that you can't. And the thing with Kawhi Leonard, with this no show, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have to do. That doesn't mean that he has to do something. That doesn't mean that he can't. And he wasn't. And on top of that, to Swiper's point, when my name is on documentation, I am part of this. That's where the paper trail starts. So on some level, he was involved in this. On some level, he was involved in this. Kawhi Leonard being the businessman that he is, you just told me not too long ago, Ron, he speaks through his agent. Not only does he speak through his agent, he speaks through people who know what they're talking about, which means that he goes to them. And if my name's going to be on this, it has to be legit. So if he's putting his name on this, he knew what was going on. He didn't just do this. Without him not knowing anything. No, I'm not buying that at all. Absolutely.
Which one of those were the optional ones? Right? Go ahead.
I'm just saying, this isn't a Kawhi. It is a Kawhi issue, but the issue isn't with Kawhi signing that contract. I'm going to tell you guys what the issue is. If Steve Ballmer's name was not attached to the company, and if the Los Angeles Clippers name was not attached to Aspiration, it wouldn't be anything. Ox, you are 100% right. When players sign to big markets, they get endorsement deals from other companies. Aspiration could have been a company that endorsed Kawhi Leonard. And if they gave Kawhi Leonard $28 million to do nothing, that's on their own prerogative. That's on them.
That's their business.
But the fact that the Clippers' name was attached to it means that there's some shady business going on. The fact that Steve Ballmer put money into the business means that money that he put into the business came back around into Kawhi Leonard's pockets.
100%.
That is what the shady part of this whole thing is.
Oh, no, I understand that, Ron. I'm just saying, once again, I think you guys are pointing your finger at the wrong person. I think you guys are so thirsty to try to drag down Kawhi Leonard that you guys are ignoring the fact that this is the Steve Ballmer scandal.
I'll tell you, on Kawhi Leonard's payroll? Does he pay you?
Not at all.
Are you on KO too?
He don't pay me no more than Clutch pays you.
I have never been on the show and you not defending or something.
No, sir. What I'm saying, though, all I'm saying, bro. All I'm saying is it's a little touch and go, y'all. I think we're moving a little too fast right now. That's all I'm saying. We're moving a little too fast. I think I like in this swiper. I like in this swiper too. When we were in school and there was that class, there was that teacher that was like, man, I know y'all had a rough week in practice. Don't even trip. You don't even got to come. Just make sure you turn that paper in at the end of the week. It'll be all good. You know what I'm saying? And then there was the kids in class that were haters. Like, why don't you got to come to class? Why don't you got to come to class? Because I'm walking double. So that's why I think Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard was like, oh, I'm out here working. Y'all want me to shoot little 5 second. If I shot a little 5 second video, all this would just go away. Y'all wouldn't care. You know
Ox, they said he couldn't come to class after he was getting his ass kicked in the playoffs. Go ahead, Swiper. That's what it was.
So one of the other things here that's added inside of this legal agreement that was made as well, it's again under the provision of 2.9 that I said, and then now under 3.2. One of them is in clause number 4 of section 3 is KL2 may decline to proceed with any action desired by the company under section 3.2 if Leonard believes that such proposed actions are not consistent with his belief. And then after that, KL2 shall have the exclusive right to control and approve all content and distribution for commercial, non-commercial, or lawful purpose bearing the athlete endorsement or approved Leonard IP. And then if you go through, one of the final nails in the coffin of this investigation is that when they asked the lead of the financial department of aspirations, he said there was no other such deal that we ever signed with any celebrity, which, by the way, includes people like Robert Downey Jr., Drake, Leonardo DiCaprio. So with all the other celebrities, there was not one other deal that we signed that was listed or framed in such a way and also had no involvement like Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard made more money, to Pin's point in the comment section, more money than any of these other celebrities combined in the same deal with aspirations. Sure. Again, legally, that is why this is a problem. And to Ox's point, the real person that this comes down on is because the way this worked 20 years ago, the real person to pay for this is going to be Steve Ballmer and the Clippers, because the organization is always liable for circumventing tax laws and circumventing the salary cap. So
you understand that's all I'm saying, right?
No, I don't. I'm not with you. But the reason the reason why I never framed it as just a
because I was trying to take Leonard off the hook.
Right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying. No one's coming off the hook. Because if this was in Denver, it would be the same thing. Like 100%. No one is allowed to circumvent this. This is why this is important. From a competition standpoint, what Steve Ballmer did, if they are found liable for what they did, is illegal, because what it does, it is a form of cheating because it circumvents the salary cap. And they have an agreed salary cap for a reason, to not be like baseball. For instance, with baseball, remember Shohei Ohtani got a $700 million deal.
Yes, he did.
And they furloughed $680 million of that deal to be paid 20 years from now.
Yes.
So this is a completely different thing. So Ballmer and the Clippers, if they're found that they did this, will be held liable for this. And so then that comes down to what are going to be the punishments from Adam Silver, and because the owners are also going to want for punishment, I believe, to be handed out because of how this allowed for them to take advantage of their cap and the money that Ballmer has access to in other ways that people cannot. And also Pablo Torres, which we'll get to later, the reason why this is not going to be discriminatory towards just Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers, he also said he's going to look into the same thing with James Dolan and with what they did with Jalen Brunson,
which I think is worse.
Just the way business is done. Like you can do this outside of the NBA, but you cannot do this within the framework of the NBA because we haven't agreed upon salary cap. That's why this is
so Swiper. I just want to know real quick. Let's say if Jalen Brunson had somewhat of the same deal going on than Kawhi Leonard, right? And let's say it was a different company, but it's the same situation. This is okay with y'all as long as Jalen Brunson shows up to a couple dinners and posts a couple videos.
Well, that's not the same thing. Well, the reason is I'm
just asking you because what they were saying in the part of the clips that I saw was that the issue was that he didn't fulfill his obligations legally. So
if the Knicks and James Dolan's name is on that contract,
right?
It is bad situation. It is illegal.
That's what I'm asking y'all. So hear me out. That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you specifically. Chill, Swiper. I'm asking y'all specifically. If everything was the same, and we know that they're still doing side deals, we know
Jalen Brunson is still on the hook.
Okay,
He's still on the hook,
so no, that's not okay. So that's what I'm asking. So for Kawhi Leonard in particular, if Kawhi Leonard fulfilled all those obligations,
still on the hook.
So Swiper. So if Kawhi Leonard fulfilled all the obligations that you said, would you guys still have an issue with this?
It's not about an issue.
I'm saying to you, would this be wrong? Would this investigation still be this serious? I'm curious to know, what is the problem for y'all? Is the problem for y'all that they did something that a lot of teams do and get you money on another end, or is your issue that he didn't fulfill those obligations? That's what I'm asking.
I think what Ox is, I think Ox, what you're trying to sell is
I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm trying to ask the question.
Okay, so again, what we're trying to get to the bottom of, your question. And your question is, what it sounds to me like is, why y'all coming down on Kawhi Leonard? If this was somebody else, would you be coming down on them like you come down on Kawhi Leonard? If this was somebody else, would you be as harsh on them?
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you because Swiper educated me.
Yes.
On the obligations that Kawhi Leonard needed to fulfill in this contract. Yes. Swiper, thank you for educating me on that, brother, because I did not watch that whole video. He did that for me. I was once blind, but now I see. Now, with that being said, Swiper, I want to know, is the issue for you and the NBA and everybody, is the issue that this was a Steve Ballmer company and they were getting money on the back end, or is the issue that Kawhi Leonard did not fulfill the obligations, posting videos, all this and all that? I'm asking, could you please answer that question before we get to trying to say that Ox is just capping for Kawhi?
I think this is an issue. If I'm being honest with you, I think this is an issue, Ox. I think it just so happens that it's with the Clippers. I think this is a problem. And it just so happens that it's Steve Ballmer. If this was the owner of the Portland Trail Blazers, this would still be an issue. If this was a problem, if this was an issue between the Boston Celtics owner and Jason Tatum, this would still be a problem. If this was an issue,
could somebody answer my question, please? Swipe.
Did I not just answer your question?
No, chill, no, because I'm not talking about, is it an issue because it's Steve Ballmer or if it's Kawhi. I'm not trying to play that game. I'm not trying to say, oh, you guys are just mad because it's Steve Ballmer, or this is only an issue because it's Kawhi Leonard. I want to know, is the problem that he didn't fulfill the obligations, or is it because it's a no-show agreement, right? So I want to know, if he showed for the agreement, did all the obligations, is this still illegal?
Yo, Swiper, answer that question. And if Swiper doesn't have the answer that you want, Ox, I think I do. Go ahead, Swiper.
Yes, it's an issue because anytime you have
it illegal?
Yes, within the
the
issue. Well, again, but it's within the NBA. There are set agreement that if a player is receiving more benefits and monetary benefits from the owner that's already signing their check through another means, that is problematic because then it can be a very easy circumvention of the salary cap. And one of the things that the NBA had in place, even for ownership, owners are not allowed to own more than one team. I don't know if you knew that, Ox. They can't own a lot more than one team. Well, guess what? You know what the Cronkies did? The Cronkies have put Arsenal and those other teams that he owns, that Stan Kroenke owns, in the name of his wife. Because all they did was move the money around to circumvent the rules, which obviously is super spotty, but at that level, that's what people do all the time. If you have a player that is being paid through the organization with the Nets, the Suns, whoever else it might be, and then that player is receiving an extra 7, 8, 10, $15 million through an organization that is directly tied with the owner, or that the owner is flushing money through in the first place, then yes, that is the definition of illegal.
Okay,
because
fine.
then you're circumventing the salary cap. So
Swiper, let's say you own
just let me finish. They're going to get into James Dolan, and they're going to look into see, are you also paying Jalen Brunson through another means in order to compensate him for the lack of money he's making and the deal that he took, that he basically said, I'm going to defer money, and then I'm going to then in 2029 recede my player option, and I'm going to make essentially $450 to $500 million on the back end. But for now, I'm being shortchanged. So they're going to look into that and see, are you also doing this in New York?
No, yeah, and I understand that. I think that happens. I think that happens a lot. But Swiper, let's say I want you to continue to keep educating me. That's why I'm asking you these questions. So let's say that you own the team, Swiper. You own the basketball team, and you also own, let's say, a Toyota dealership across town. You sign Drench to a contract, but you like, Drench, I can only give you 10 mil right now. But look, check it out. Come do some commercials for Toyota, and I'm gonna throw you another mil on the back end. Is that illegal?
Who's the person paying him in the first place? What do they do?
This is you own
the owner of the NBA team.
No, yes, you're the owner. You own the team, and you own a chain of Toyota dealerships all through Colorado, right? And you say, Drench, I can only give you 5.5 mil this year. But look, bro.
And by the way, this is in the Venezuelan Basketball League, and the Toyota dealership that Swiper owns is used Toyotas.
So let's stay focused, y'all. Let's stay focused. So if this is you own a chain of Toyota dealerships in Colorado, you own the team, and you sign Drench to a contract. You can only give him 5.5 mil, but you're like, hey, let's get you a Toyota sponsorship, you know what I'm saying, endorsement. All you gotta do is 5 commercials. You know what I'm saying? Show up, sign some t-shirts, drive a couple of Sequoias around the block, and I'll get you that 1.5 mil. Is that illegal because you own the Toyota dealerships, or is that fine?
Yes, because we work within a structure that we've all agreed upon as the ownership that says we are only allowed to pay our players through the means of the NBA. And the problem is that because other owners have access to more money than others, if you just allowed for it and say you can legally now pay your player through a third means or a fourth mean or just any kind of other expenditure that is not directly tied to the NBA, then all you could do is then cool. Well, guess what? I'm making the most money here within this organization for One Ox. So what happens is if I pay LeBron James $1 million, I'm going to keep my salary cap at $1 million. I'm going to find $58 million for him through this other company that I own that I'm already flushing money through in order to get tax exemptions on it in the first place. LeBron, you can just take a piece of that. So literally that would be illegal because then you would just be circumventing the salary cap. So what I'm saying is at this instance, the reason why this is such a big deal is because we now seem to have incriminating, not legally, like in terms of going to jail, incriminating NBA evidence that an owner was circumventing the salary cap in order to justify giving Kawhi Leonard additional money. And then in the clauses of receiving that money, he also had legal obligations he did not fulfill, but still got that money. And that was the only deal like it with aspirations. So that's why it's such a big deal. Now, you say me signing, Drench, for instance, what you can do, which is why this is so a little bit of I would say more so like arrogance on behalf of Ballmer. Because what happens, I imagine a lot. If I'm in the NBA and I'm an owner and I'm asking my owner, like, hey, like, I need to make some more money in like the IT business and the AI business and boom, boom, boom. Do you got anybody that you know? And you give a referral.
Right.
That's no problem.
So that's why this is so me, Swipe, because it's like this is such an easy walk around. This is what they do.
That's all that's all Ballmer had to do. That's literally all he had to do. But he directly got involved in it, and that's why we're here. We are. Go ahead, Jordan.
That's why I had to ask you that question, Swipe, because I know that these billionaire team owners do what you said all the time. So I'm curious, like, why did they do it this way? And if that is the case, then Steve Ballmer is 100% wrong, and he deserves whatever's coming to him.
The reason why they did it this way was because they didn't think that they would get caught. Like I just told you about this investigative reporting. They need somebody to crack the door open. And once we get somebody to crack the door open, Drench, I know you want to get to something, but the minute we get somebody to crack the door open, the whole floodgate just opens up. After that, that's why, to Swiper's point, because Swiper's a football guy, that's why the NCAA was such an uproar because of the NIL deals. Because now schools like the University of Oregon, we could just write checks. Because don't forget who went to the University of Oregon, Phil Knight, who owns Nike, he's the founder of Nike. Well, whatever they're paying, I can pay that too. That's why we had things like salary caps, because guys like Steve Ballmer has basically a blank check, and there's people who can't compete with that. And if there's people who can't compete with that, we have to level the playing field. So if we got a guy like Steve Ballmer who's got $150 billion, well, hold on, we can't just do that. Because what's to stop Steve Ballmer after every game that Kawhi Leonard plays? Let's say Ox, we're in January and Kawhi Leonard played. He went 28-17, or he went 28-7 last night. And there's a duffel bag for 28-7 in his locker. There's a duffel bag with $100,000 in cash in it. Right? There's a duffel bag with $100,000 in cash in it. And every time he does something like that, that duffel bag is there. Well, that money isn't traceable because it's cash. We could do something like that. The point I'm making is that we have rules in place for stuff like guys like Steve Ballmer, who is making the kind of who's making the kind of money that he's making. So I was trying to answer your question because ultimately this is about one thing and one thing only. Circumventing the salary cap and the rules that we have in place. That's what this is about ultimately. And he did that. He 100% circumvented it. And if it was Leonard, if it was the owner of the Boston Celtics, if it was the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, it would be the same instance. 100%.
Right. I understand that, chill. I was just talking about the legality of it, like which part was illegal. That's all I was trying to get to the bottom.
Yo, Jordan, I'm gonna let you. I know you wanted to speak on the situation, so I'm gonna let you talk on it. Then we got to take a quick break, and then I'm gonna get into these crunch time super chats. Appreciate everybody that's watching. Also, that boy Pedro better watch his back because I got more things that he's on right now, and we'll get to that after the crunch time chats. But Pedro better watch out, boy.
Anyways, what I was gonna say. A lot of that could be upheld with y'all with you know what you call that word?
Circumvention.
Yeah, all that could be upheld when they go to court. I mean, the guy that owned the company just pled guilty to all the scams and shit he been doing. So, like that's on Ballmer's side. Now, whether Ballmer paid that off or not, I have no idea. We have no idea. But that's on his side. Number one. Number two, what's the difference between them doing it like that and them hiring, let's say, somebody from the Lakers, and y'all make y'all assumption who y'all think that is. Somebody from the Lakers hiring a brother, uncle, cousin in the name of fake security and just paying them $15 million. What's the difference?
They don't own the
paperwork and stuff.
Yeah, they don't own the team.
No.
Steve Ballmer hired him as fake security.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the player did it. I'm saying the organization hired them in the name of
So he's saying that
if
hiring somebody.
A team in Los Angeles did that by the name of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay, so hiring somebody, I think that's completely different than circumventing the salary cap because I don't think that has anything.
Jordan,
you're not putting money directly in his pockets. That's why
it's somebody else.
That has nothing to do with circumventing the salary cap.
Okay, if a team makes up, I understand what y'all saying, but listen. Yep. A team makes up a position to give excess of millions of dollars to not to the player. To the family member, to whoever the player said.
Yep.
Why is that not frowned upon too?
Well, because the big issue is that he's circumventing the salary cap, right? We all as owners, right? Me, you, Chill, Ron, Ox, right? We all came to agreement. We can only pay our players this amount of money. So now, if you're coming up with different ways to pay your players more, that's wrong. Versus if
what they doing.
But if you love your family and I know that, and I'm like, okay, I'll pay you I'll pay you the max, and then I'll also throw your family some money on the side, right? I'm not directly paying the player. I'm just enticing you to come to my team because I know you love your family, and I throw money.
But you made up a position to pay them an excess of millions of dollars,
Jordan. But that's a legal loophole.
Is it fair?
A legal loophole.
Is it fair? That's debatable.
It's a legal loophole. I'm just saying it should be frowned upon too, though.
Like, it probably is frowned upon, but it's legal.
Your cousin who always had a job, he got a job in the NBA because excess player moved from New Orleans to Los Angeles, and now all of a sudden he got $1 million salary job with the NBA in a position that nobody has ever heard of.
Jordan got beef with somebody in particular. He's trying to get that off right now.
That's what it sounds like, Jay.
He's trying to get that off right now.
He's
trying to get that off right now.
I know for a fact, just like I knew the Lakers was going to get Luka Doncic or Giannis, and I knew how they were going to do it. I know for a fact they do that.
No, Jordan, you're right, and that's what they do, but they just did it a smarter way. Like if I want, if I'm about to get signed to the Warriors, and it's like, well, okay, I know that I'm about to be rich, so I'm gonna be breaking my little brother off for some bread. Instead of it coming from me, I'm gonna holler at them like, hey, why don't you hook my little brother up with a job?
Yeah, little brother account is linked to your
and
account, and then you divvying out the little bread to your little brother.
Right, but what I'm saying is that's the smarter way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And Jordan, are you equating a scam with actually hiring somebody that I know in the family?
They're not doing the job though, Chill. So that's the same thing. It's just doing it a better way.
I'm saying, fellas, I gotta do my job right quick. And right quick, Jordan, we'll get back to it. I got to do my job, and I got to hook up my little brothers with something. Shout out to all my little brothers in the chat. Let me put you guys on game right quick, and I'm going to put you on game with Game Time. All you have to do is download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Now, I know you guys claim to know ball. I know you guys claim to like the game, but you can actually get in the game with the Game Time app. Now, I need all my basketball fans to step aside because it's NFL season right now. And we have the opening kickoff coming up, well, tonight actually, but this Sunday we'll have the other slate of games. And I want you guys to be able to get an up close and personal view of your favorite teams. You see, at the last second, I was able to get into certain games like the Seattle Storm, the Seattle Mariners, the Seattle Seahawks, and I saved those all-in extra sneaky fees on the end because I use the Game Time app. You see, usually when you go through other apps and other places, when you get to the checkout screen, they'll hit you with some back-end fees. And what the price that you initially seen might spike up $60. Well, you don't have to worry about that with the Game Time app because what you see is what you get. And on top of that, when you use code CLNS, you will get $20 off your first purchase. So don't miss out on Game Time right now. Legit tickets, lowest prices, and ultimately no stress and no scamming like Kawhi Leonard. Get in the game with the Game Time app. We'll see you guys courtside or field side or wherever you may be sitting at. I'll see you there. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have earphones or if you need to upgrade your earphone game, Raycon Everyday Earbuds Classic is the way to go. Now, I've been using all type of headphones, and they just haven't really been getting it done for me. Until I upgraded my life and jumped into the Raycon Everyday Earbud Classic game, and things haven't really been the same ever since. I've been hearing clearly. Because they have active noise cancellation. They have multi-point connectivity. They have up to 32 hours of battery life. And I used code PCS and I got 20% off. You see, sometimes you're able to hear things, but you're not able to listen clear enough. And that's what happens with guys like Penn and Big Ox when they go back and forth. But when they take off their hats and put in these earbuds, all of a sudden the debate becomes so much more smoother and clearer because now they can actually listen to what each other's saying. So I advise you guys to do the same thing when you're listening to Player's Choice, when you're listening to the panel. Get these Raycon earbuds at 20% off, and you will be able to hear us a lot more clear. So go ahead and do that and be like everybody on the panel. Buy Raycon at raycon.com/PCS to get 20% off. That's raycon.com/PCS for 20% off. Get some of these right here, right now.
Real good sound quality, too. Real good sound quality. No doubt about that.
You got the mint greens, Jordan?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice.
Real good sound quality.
Nice.
You got to get that mint green so you can find them when you lose them.
All right, fellas, we got a couple super chats, so let's go ahead and get into it. I appreciate everybody that is watching the video. Definitely appreciate everybody that sent through super chats. Make sure you like the video. Salute to Facebook, salute to Instagram, salute to Twitter. Everybody that's watching live, whatever platform you on, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you get around to every other platform and subscribe too. Don't scam us out of a view like certain people have been doing, certain organizations. And also, too, we'll be on playback later tonight. Throwback Thursday, we will be watching two GOAT point guards play against each other. Oh, and a little hint. They're both of lighter complexions. So pull up and see who is the best Caucasian point guard of all time. Should be a good one. All right, y'all. The first super chat that I got is from Marandi Tanzambi. Maradi said Ox is lying. In the papers that Pablo brought, there are things he was supposed to do, like sign 50 autographs, which is lower than most. Also, the person who owns the company pleaded guilty to fraud. So Kawhi's guilty by association.
That's what I'm saying. He committed fraud. That don't mean Kawhi committed fraud. And my only problem is y'all are so upset. If he over 50 autographs, so let's say that was the case, right? I know there was more obligations that I know, but if Kawhi don't sign 50 autographs, that don't hurt y'all. Man, mind your business, Pablo.
All I know is I'm with you, Swiper. I'm definitely with you, Swiper. Because Ox as educated as Ox is, as smart as Ox is, I can't believe Ox is taking this stance with this in particular. I really don't.
What? Because I don't think Kawhi should be the one to blame here.
Ox, I think
Ox, you should have done the. I'm not. You usually do. I'm telling you, I'm not pinned. Just not pinned. I'm saying. I think you should have done all the homework leading up to it, and I think you would have come to the realization that there are a lot of things that he was supposed to do didn't do. Then you would have found that out.
Just so you got.
Hey, sometimes you go to work and don't complete your job.
No, not me. I don't do that when it comes to this stuff. Personally, that's me.
You was the one that had all the incomplete assignments at the end of the semester.
First and foremost,
that's why I dropped out.
Let's get to the bottom of that. 100%. This guy Ox, just so you guys know, people at home, this guy is a lot smarter than you know. A lot smarter than you know. However, Ox tries to. Okay, this is what I'm doing.
I appreciate that, though, too. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, that's Ox right there.
Because Ox tries to sell y'all something else, but Ox is a lot smarter than you guys know. A lot smarter. And what Ox is trying to sell y'all is that I'm printing money. I'm printing counterfeit money. Not only am I printing counterfeit money, I'm giving this counterfeit money to Swiper. And Swiper know the money counterfeit too, but he's spending it. Well, wait a minute. That ain't really Swiper's fault. Swiper ain't that Swiper ain't really on the hook for that.
Jordan, you ain't never wondered that when you go to the for me, like the mart, and you give them a 20 and they hold it up in the light. Like, what would happen if this was counterfeit? Like, what would they say? Would they think I wanted them once?
Oh, for sure.
I know Swiper. They better mind their damn business.
Hey, I just learned not too long ago, how to really tell about these counterfeit bills. I used to be for the longest why? What the fuck are y'all looking for?
You know, retail?
Yeah, I used to be like, bro, what are y'all looking for? But then now I know it's multiple ways you can find it out.
And do y'all know that the type of paper that the U.S. uses for their money is only made in one place, and it's guarded more closely than Fort Knox. It's one place where they make that money.
I remember back in 2003, my big cousins, they had to plug on counterfeits. Man, life was good.
Oh, for sure. You just can't put it in your bank account.
I was 12 years old. I ain't had no bank account.
Yeah, you got to spend it. That's the only thing you can do is
that was on them. I would see, but chill. But see, look, chill. Should I be in trouble because these fools was up to no good? And yeah,
allegedly,
I might have got a little something on the back end, but I'm a little cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, big Ox. Hey, I got some big cousins. If y'all want to meet them and come to the family reunion, I'm not gonna be there, but y'all can hit me up and I'll drop the locale on y'all.
But chill. I just want to say, just my only point to this is that I'm not saying that no wrongdoing happens. Chill. I'm not saying that. I just want to get to the bottom line of the fact that okay, if Kawhi Leonard didn't fulfill his obligations, maybe that company should be like, "Hey, Kawhi, we want our money back." Or there should have been a clause. There should have been a clause in the contract. Like if you we pay you by this. If you don't show up, then you're not getting any more payments. I think okay. Well, then that's okay. So that's what I'm saying. So that should be the issue for Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard should have to answer to that. This whole fraud thing, that's Steve.
No, I think Kawhi Leonard can have his contract voided though. Just clear.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah. So what happened? I'm saying what happened. No, Ox, hold on 2 seconds, Ox, because you're breeding a lot through this. I'm saying that on the NBA side, what happened years ago, I'm not saying it can happen now, Drenchman. The player's contract was voided when they found this out, like their actual NBA contract. So I'm not saying that's going to happen to Kawhi, but what happens is Kawhi knew who was funneling this money through aspiration. So he's aware because he signed on it. Like he signed his name and his uncle signed his name. So I'm saying he's not going to catch the biggest bullet here.
Wait, Swipe. I'm curious because you keep saying these things. Like for instance, how you just stopped me and like went back and made it seem like I was saying something I wasn't saying. For instance, how you say Kawhi Leonard signed something. I can sign something. I still don't know who's behind this company and behind that. Like how? Yes, you can.
I'm almost certain.
So y'all telling me that?
Not at this point, Ox. No, Ox. Not at this point, Ox.
No. You're telling me that every contract you sign, you know the company that's behind this company.
Kawhi does.
At what point?
Not at this point.
Why?
Ox. Okay, so just so you know, he did this in 2020. It was in April of 2022 when he did this. He's in the league over 10 years. He's done his homework.
I don't understand what that has to do with this company and him.
I'm telling you what it does. I'm not green on this. His uncle is very much a businessman. On top of that, he has Steve Ballmer, who is a multi-billionaire, who's telling him what this is, which means that he's not in the dark about. He's not in the dark about this.
So I'm curious about this video. I'm asking y'all questions. So y'all telling me that there is video evidence of Steve Ballmer saying, "Hey, Kawhi Leonard, I'm putting this money in here. You go do this. You go do that. You don't got to show up to nothing and get the money." Because that's all I want to know. Like that's it. That's all I'm asking y'all. I'm only asking because there's a lot of speculation. And Swiper said earlier, I'm speculating on this part. I'm happy you said that, Swiper. So that's all I'm asking y'all. Was there a point, Chill? And if you say yes, Chill, I'm gonna need you to be able to prove that. I want to know, when did Steve Ballmer inform Kawhi Leonard and Uncle Dennis that this was fraud? When did Steve Ballmer tell them, "Hey, look, I got this shell company. We own this, we own that. $28 million going to be there. You don't got to do nothing." That's all I want to know.
Hey, I kind of agree with that.
And once again, I'm not saying that no fraud happened. All I'm saying is that Kawhi Leonard is not guilty of conspiracy in creating this fraud. That's all I'm saying. Now, Steve Ballmer, lock his ass up, throw him under the jail.
I don't agree with that.
If this is true. But is Kawhi Leonard complicit in this fraud? That's all I'm asking.
Hey, listen, I agree with that, Ox, because there's no way that Steve Ballmer said, "Hey, yo, Kawhi, I got this rundown business that I'm laundering money through, and I'm gonna hook you up with 28. And like, there's no way he said that. And Kawhi said,
"You got radio evidence. Have you seen this happen?"
Hey, because if that's the case, Kawhi hooking up the whole LA with that same scam, nigga. You can't just scam me and don't think I'm finna put whoever I want to put on down. I'm putting 50 people on if you gonna tell me you got this rundown company.
If you say yes, I'm gonna need you to back that evidence up, please.
Swiper.
So here's the hard
yes or
problem.
No?
So no, there's not a yes or no. Actually, what I think, Ox, is you're misdirecting how this is going to work. The provably false part came from the Clippers, and then they detracted it because you have to be able to provably fault that you did not indeed commit fraud or try to circumvent the salary cap. So it's going to be on them to have to prove that they did not do that, because the inference based on the information in the paper trail is that they indeed did do that. So it's going to be on them to prove with the investigation with the NBA that they did not knowingly commit a fraudulent and illegal act under the NBA CBA by circumventing the salary cap, having Kawhi Leonard sign a deal for $28 million over 4 years for $7 million a year, with the implication that he was required to do certain things legally, but with the understanding that he was not going to follow through with any of those things because this was a fraudulent company in the first place. That is what the financial people at Aspiration, the lead financial office at Aspiration, is inferring. That yes, this was indeed a contract that was signed with no intent of fulfilling.
Which is fair, but that's not what Ox. No, that's not what Oscar. What Ox is selling is everything that you just said, Swiper. Ox is selling that. How much of Kawhi Leonard was involved in this? How much did he know about?
I know, but I think maybe I said too many words. That is going to be on the side of the NBA, on the side of Ballmer and the Clippers to prove that Kawhi did not know what was happening.
Right. So what? You said what, Swiper? It's on them to prove that.
Yeah, it's going to be on them to know the.
So that's what I'm saying. Right. So once again, Swiper is saying this over and over again as if we're not understanding that. I understand that 100%.
Your name's on the contract. Like, I'm sorry, and
honestly,
not
his name, his signature.
And I'm not gonna. But hold on, but Ox, you're doing this. You're doing this. I get it.
I am doing this.
The issue is we signed a contract with Players' Choice, and at our minuscule level, if we don't have an understanding of who, I'm saying we're minuscule relative to this, to Ballmer and Kawhi. If you make more, maybe you make more than me. I don't know. I'm saying that for this, if I don't know where the money is coming from with Players' Choice, then I'm an idiot for signing that contract. But I know where it's coming from based on how the business is going, based on our model.
Really? No,
I'm saying,
there you go.
The other side of
you
this,
think I'm saying link in the bio for no reason?
The other side of this, by the way, when you're at that level, I'm not.
Y'all click this link in the bio.
Y'all can't keep cutting me off because you want to make a point. I've been letting y'all talk all day.
All I was saying was links in the bio.
So when all I'm saying is that on this level, when you're making this kind of money, these people do not make these decisions with millions on the line without knowing where the money is coming from. I'm saying that is how you do good business over 10 years. He's been in the league since 2011 and signed multiple deals. I will be willing to bet that his party knows exactly where the money's coming from. Who's giving
fellas, we got one mic. We got one mic.
Keeps wanting to cut me off. I don't understand how this works. Like, I've been raising my hand every time, letting you
as you were saying,
I'm just trying to finish your point, but then you're getting emotional because it's Kawhi, and that's gonna make you talk right now.
It's not
see, that's what I said. So what I'm saying is that in this instance, it would be idiocy to not know where $28 million is coming from, and more than likely, Jordan, more than likely. Just like you said, there's backroom deals in the NBA when the front office level and just the janitorial level and all this other stuff, analytics departments. Bro, there's backroom deals behind the scenes like this all the time. So to think that you wouldn't know that Steve Ballmer is behind this as Kawhi Leonard, how did you hear about aspirations in the first place? Why? Steve Ballmer's not going to tell you. Think about this. Now, last point, Jordan.
Right.
Steve Ballmer is financing aspiration. We know that based on the paper trail. So you don't think Steve Ballmer might be the one that brought this with Kawhi?
Oh, wow. See, but that's what I'm saying. That's more speculation.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what the investigation is going to find out.
That's more speculation.
That's even more for Kawhi. Like, even for Kawhi to know that Aspirations is doing business with the Clippers, like, I'm going to be real. I just said it in the chat. Anytime a person with a certain complexion with a whole bunch of money tell you that they know how to get you some more money, you're finna be like, where's this billionaire getting his bread from?
The part of the relations that he had to stay with the Clippers, so he did understand some level.
That's the thing, though. Chill. If you work for a company, so basically, chill. What you just said, which I was trying to get to you, but Swiper rewinded and said the same thing again.
Come on, Swiper, stop rerouting.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm not disagreeing with that part of it. I just want y'all to understand that you guys are basically saying, chill, you're basically saying that if you sign a contract with a company and that company is laundering money for the Russian mob and you don't know about it, that you're going to be held liable for it. That's what you just said, Chill. You just said if you sign a contract that you have to know where all the money's coming from, and that is not true. That is not how the American justice system works. That is not how American
justice system works.
Okay, Chill. So you're telling me that everybody that worked for Enron went to prison?
They should have gone to prison.
No, they didn't.
Why?
By the way, Jordan,
why should they go? No, hold on, Swiper.
Wait.
Wait. So you're telling me that everybody that works for these hedge fund people that are committing all types of Ponzi schemes, that they're going to prison because the CEO of their company was committing fraud? That's just not how that works. That is not the American justice system at all.
CEO didn't go to jail.
Okay, there's
only one person went to jail.
No. Enron, but
I did know that.
Go ahead.
I did know that. However, do you think that just because my father is selling drugs and I got a nice car that I'm not implicated in anything? Like it's not a coincidence that I just got a new car. I know what's going on around here. I might not know all of it, but I know that there's
but there's plausible deniability. Plausible deniability. No, hold on, real quick, bro. plausible deniability. Okay, so if my wife is a king, I know you do. I wasn't saying it like you don't. I'm saying that if my wife is a kingpin, and I don't know, but I'm still riding the fly shit. But they can't prove that I know that she's a kingpin and she's smuggling keys across the border. I'm not going to prison.
Oxford names the Clippers.
Wait, Swiper. No, because you're not gonna cut me off. You're not gonna cut me off and do all this shit. So relax, brother. So what I'm saying is, if like I asked you before, where's the proof that Steve Ballmer told Kawhi Leonard these things? Right? There is none. You can't produce any. So there's that plausible deniability. Kawhi Leonard, as far as he's concerned, I signed a contract with the company. I didn't fulfill my obligations. I didn't fulfill my obligations, right? Take the money back, void the contract, whatever. But you're not finna call me a criminal because I didn't know what was going on. And that's my only point. Steve Ballmer, all this shit, right. But you can't, there's nothing you're going to say now because I've asked you 3 or 4 times to prove it that Kawhi Leonard.
I'm not necessarily talking to you, though.
And I'm not necessarily talking to you.
Well, no, you just addressed my name. Ron, just this last point, to answer this point.
I know. After this, we moving on, though. We are on the hamster wheel right now. Just talking in a circle.
Y'all.
Go ahead.
I think my whole involvement with the thing has been just explaining what exactly is in the contract. And Ox, when he said earlier, there's no evidence, I laid out the evidence. I'm saying now he's asking another question. How does he know? Ox, the Clippers and the LLC, LA Clippers, LLC, is on the books on this same contract for $30.47 million.
Damn.
On this same contract. So the LLC is owned by Steve Ballmer. So I think the question of to how much did Kawhi know it was a fraudulent company, we'll find out in the investigation. Maybe he didn't. But what he did know is that Steve Ballmer was directly tied to the Aspiration organization because they both signed a contract. So that by itself is a huge implication.
And what Ox is looking for right here, because Ox is very much what Ox is looking for right here is Ox is looking for the smoking gun. And just so you know, Ox, you being in okay, and you're looking for the smoking gun. I don't know if you know this, Ox, but more people are in prison today in the American justice system that you talk about because of circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence means that we don't actually have any. Please, they've had better lawyers. Steve Ballmer might not have said directly to Kawhi Leonard, yo, I got this fraudulent company. No, but it was probably put in something similar to, it was probably put in a way where he understood that this money is coming from here, it's legit, and this is how you're going to get it, and you don't have to worry about it. When in reality, it wasn't completely legit. And he might not have known he specifically might not have known the entire story, but he did know enough. He did know enough that he put his name on that contract. And when I'm putting his name on that contract, there is a risk here. There's a risk for me to do this. I'm not just getting $30 million. I'm not just getting $28 million. And I know we got to move on, Ron, but that's my point.
Well, fellas,
I'll feel you on that. I do. But most people that are in jail for circumstantial evidence, they probably should stop talking. And y'all know Kawhi don't talk very much. So if you're in jail for circumstantial evidence, then you should have shut your mouth or had a better lawyer. Go ahead, 100%.
Well, fellas, here's the thing: is I don't know too much about nothing. We don't know too much about nothing. But what we do know is that this whole partnership made it public on social media, and it just went under your nose. But I'm here to put the proof to you. Y'all see the Los Angeles Clippers had a tweet on Kawhi's birthday, June 29th. Would you look at there? Happy birthday, Kawhi. For every comment / retweet. Every comment / retweet, Aspiration, they're tagged in this, will plant 1 tree for Kawhi's birthday.
Hey, that looks like you're filling some obligations right there. Shit, y'all planting trees for my birthday.
That's when the investigation cooked on right there. They said, what the hell are they doing that for? That's what happened right there.
Damn. Well, you should have
Did they get like 28 million retweets?
Well, where's the 28 million trees?
They're using Kawhi Leonard's name and likeness to get trees planted.
That's it.
Like they fulfill some obligations to me.
Hey, all I'm saying is this. Look here.
They're using his birthday.
I'm with you, bro.
I find it hard to believe that a billionaire like Steve Ballmer, and I had the pleasure of meeting Steve Ballmer a couple of times. Great guy, very great guy. Looks out for his team, looks out for everybody, not just the team, everybody within the organization. I find it hard to believe, and I'm on the side of Mark Cuban. I think Steve Ballmer is innocent. Now, and I'm one of them innocent until proven guilty type of guys too, by the way. So what I'm saying is I find it hard to believe, like, I'm a billionaire. I know how to make scammy contracts. I know how to make legit contracts. I've been doing contracts my whole life. If you at that level, you've been doing contracts your whole life. I find it a little hard to believe that we did a deal with a company that scammed. I think they scammed. How much money? Swipe out like over 300 million, right?
$235 million, $245 million.
I'm not the only
243 maybe. I can't remember that.
Yeah, I'm not the only company that they have scammed. They scam. They know how to scam. They good at it. So I trusted them with some new deal with this new arena coming up that's opening up, and bread is there. Whatever they did with Kawhi, I don't know too much of the details, but I want to believe the good side of people before we call them guilty before they walk through the trial. That's all I want to say. Because had that been somebody else, I ain't gonna say who, y'all would have been talking about, we don't know this, we need to keep it professional, we don't know, blah, blah, blah. So
who you insinuating, Jordan? Who you talking about?
That's what I'm saying,
I'm
Tim.
gonna say no names. I know how that courtroom works.
You got a bone to pick with somebody.
I'm just saying though, like we just gotta keep it consistent, and for Joe Torres and them to do their report. Well, what does that concern you? What's his name? Joe Torres?
Pedro
Pedro, isn't it? His name is not Pedro or Joe.
Oh,
come on, bro.
Pablo.
It's Pablo.
Same shit, whatever. But for you to do that,
yeah.
Why?
No, it's not.
Why? Because now his career gonna be in jeopardy. Watch, they gonna find he been cheating on his wife.
Because I'm an investigative reporter.
That's
And that's what investigative reporters do. That's what investigative
fellas.
You mess with the wrong dude. Now they gonna investigate what he do when he goes to this club at 6:08 p.m. and leave out of there at 6:19 p.m.
All right, fellas. We gonna go ahead and move on from this.
On them, this stuff. They gonna realize, wait, how you get that? Where
Hey,
I swear.
We'll keep a close eye on what happens between the Clippers, Kawhi, Steve Ballmer, and Pedro moving forward. But in the meantime, y'all, we are going to take a nice little trip overseas and talk about the Eurobasket. There were some interesting games yesterday, right, Swiper? And there also is a game right now, Israel and Slovenia. Slovenia is up 79-65, but we do have some marquee NBA players in that game. As of right now, the game is in the third quarter, or the third quarter just ended. Didi Avdija has 25 points, 9 rebounds, a couple assists. He's getting busy right now. And on the other end, Luka Doncic has 29 points, 9 assists, or 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Hey, Big Ox. 3 steals.
Told you.
Hey, Ron.
What's up?
I got some information that there might be a guy that I know that I grew up with that might be getting his Israeli passport and might be playing for the Israeli national team. So
he might be, because that sound like a lot of mites over there. Like you might know a dude that you grew up with who might be getting his pass, who might be playing for. What's going on, Drenchy?
Hey.
What don't we know that we need to know?
Hey, all I know is they might, have a guy with dreads that might give 30 on the regular out there playing.
All I know, Ox, is don't let me find out that Luka in the passing lane. Don't let me find out that Luka getting beat and he's recovering on defense. Don't let me find out that Luka is closing out with the right hand and actually staying in front of somebody for more than one possession. Don't let me find that out, Ox.
Chill. I told you you're gonna be playing defense.
That out, Ox.
and Ron, you thought I was emotional about Kawhi. What? This is about to get ugly. We get to talk about Alpheren Sengun and who can't guard him.
That's all I gotta say, Ron. Let me find out that Luka is in his stands and his feet is moving and his hands busy. Let me find that out.
You thought I was emotional. No bogey, no chance.
All right, y'all. Well, this weekend, the Eurobasket will be moving into the round of 16 tournament. It's looking like Luka Doncic and Slovenia are going to advance. Well, they definitely are. Israel's going to advance. Poland's going to advance. France had a good game earlier today, or it might have been yesterday. Either way it goes. What's his name? Zachary Ricochet had a pretty good game. He had 15 points, 7 rebounds. He looked pretty solid. all those teams will be advancing, and that is in Group D. In Group C, it's looking like Spain could potentially advance. They would have to win today, and then they'll surpass Georgia. Italy's going to advance. Greece is going to advance. Bosnia is going to advance. In Group B, Germany is undefeated.
Don't just gloss over that, Ron. Don't just gloss over that, what you just said about Spain. Just so you know, if they lose, they out. These are the defending champs, by the way. But keep going. Yeah, if Spain loses, they out.
Is Marc Gasol playing?
Oh, and Spain got to play Greece too.
Yes,
so
if they lose, Ron,
that's not no light game.
OUT out.
No, I don't think Mark's playing. But all right, in Group B, Germany is undefeated at 5-0. They have been cooking. Lithuania is 4-1. Finland is 3-2. Sweden is 1-4, and it's looking like they're gonna still get in because Montenegro and Great Britain are also 1-4. But Sweden has the point differential advantage. Oh, Great Britain has a minus 130 point differential.
Garbage.
I told you, this 6 right here, we can beat them. We can beat them.
Hey, Britain, if y'all need some help, just holler at me, hit me.
Hey, ain't you like 2% Britain?
What the hell is this?
Damn, bro.
Say in it. Say in it. Say, and I'm 2% Britain in it.
Who you talking to? You talking to Ron?
You're talking to Ron.
I'm 2% Britain, bruv. That's good
enough. Nah. You ain't. Nah, bruv is too. Nah, it's in it.
All right.
With the Barbies and Drillers.
And then Group A, you have Portugal, who's in there at 2-3. You have Latvia and Kristaps Porzingis, who is 3-2. You have Serbia and Jokic and, all the other Serbians in the NBA that are 4-1. And they just suffered their first loss to Turkey, who's 5-0 yesterday. Would you guys like to talk about Turkey versus Serbia yesterday?
First off,
first off.
Yeah, the name pronunciation that I've been using on Locked on NBA is Türkiye. It's actually not Turkey. That's how Turkish people say it. So I
promise you, Turkish people don't say Turkey. Yeah, they say Turkey. That's just what they put on their jersey.
Well,
they don't say
respectfully, the Turkey people that I've talked to on Locked on NBA asked me to, so I did. So that's all I'm saying.
Respectfully, I've been to Turkey 5 times.
Well, I'm telling you my experience and what I said, though. I'm not complaining with what you said. I said that's what I said. So I don't know.
How is it pronounced? My question is, how is it pronounced?
So it's on the jersey is TUR in English, TURKIYE is how it's pronounced. So
spelled, sure. That's how it's spelled. Yeah. How is it pronounced?
So Türkiye.
Turkey?
Türkiye. So
Turkiye.
It's like Türkiye. Yeah. So anyway.
I was Turkish.
I think some of this is as it was a good game. I think, Armanovic went out in the third quarter with like some random kind of energy. Like I don't know what happened. It was an injury somewhere. They were already without Bogey. Aleska Armanovic.
So now his Serbian players are unplayable.
Oh, he just got hurt.
It never stops.
Hey, Swiper. Well, let me just tell everybody that didn't watch the game.
A little bit, bro. I'm just bullshit.
It's just I knew when Ron sent the title. Say Jokic got cooked by.
He did get cooked. But before we get into everything,
the game was played.
Before we get into everything, let me just tell the people who didn't watch the game the context of everything. The Turkish national team or Eurobasket team beat the Serbian Eurobasket team by a score of 95-90. Alpheren Sengun had a game high 28 points and a game high 13 rebounds. He also had 8 assists,
some clutch free throws,
and a game-winning steal as well on the last possession of the game. Shane Larkin also had 23 points and 9 assists. Shout out to Shane Larkin. Seti Osman had 16 points. And Adem Bona only played 7 minutes, and he had a bucket as well. Furkan Korkmaz, you guys know him. He played in the NBA for a little bit. He also had 8 points for the Turkish national team. On the other end, we got some guys like MVP named Nikola Jokic. He had 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Also, Nikola Jovic had 10 points. Shout out Marko Guduric. He had 12 points. Vasily Micic had 5 points. Didn't really have his best game.
He hadn't played well all tournament.
They got a squad. Just hear
what, Turkey? Man. Oh, yeah. And then they still got Filip Petrusev. He had 11 points.
Petrusev.
Ron, why did you leave out?
That's his
Ron, why you
name.
leave
Like
out-
I corrected myself. I used to say Petrusev. It's Petrusev.
I watched him play for Olympiacos in Greece, and the announcers who are European pronounce his name Petrusev.
I know they're pronouncing it Petrusev. I think I was corrected. I was saying Petrusev last year as well, but then I'm pretty sure it's Petrusev, but whatever.
I think they know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
All right. Philip Petrusev had 11 points. And shout out Marko Guduric, too. He had 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
Second leading scorer for Serbia.
Guduric is cold.
Yeah, man. But really who had a game yesterday was Shane Larkin from Miami. Shane was balling.
No. Really who had a game was the best player on the court.
Oh, well, he was.
What?
Yeah, he was the best. Ron, you kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You kind of weird, dude. Like,
why am I weird?
We're just talking about the game. Shingun he was the best player on the floor.
No, if that was Giannis out there getting cooked, you would be up here on all type of bullshit.
There wouldn't be getting cooked. They both played defense yesterday. What are you talking about? It was a war.
Jokic was getting fried.
They had a war on the court yesterday. Jokic
by Shingun was getting fried.
Shingun made 4 threes yesterday, I think. Open threes. No, bro, they're open.
On who?
Threes,
no, they weren't open threes. Jokic was sagging off of him and getting his head blown off.
Yes, you know why? Because they were running pick and roll on Shane Larkin on the dive. Yes, they were running catch. So yeah, he was open on the three because you're taking a gamble on a big
emotional. You're getting emotional because it's Jokic.
I'm not being emotional. Actually, I feel like I'm being very fair. Like Shingun played the best game yesterday.
Hey. Tonight on Throwback Thursday, we will start by watching the highlights and the clips of this game, and we'll be able to see the defense that Jokic was playing. Because not only was he getting threes hit on him,
defense all tournament.
Shingun was getting downhill on him. I'm not talking about all tournament. I'm talking about last night, yesterday, in this game. He was getting downhill on him.
Multiple layups on him. He got the last foul on him, and then he got the free throws. Yeah, Jokic fouled him on that last turnaround to the interior, and then he got the one right before that where he got an arm bar on Shingun. But he was also scoring on Shingun on the other end as well. But then they started playing that box zone defense because, again, no Aleska, no Bogey. They didn't have the point guard play yesterday. And I think
they have Vasily Micic.
Micic is not, remember, just to be fair, Micic hasn't been good this whole tournament, bro. Like, he had 7 points last game. He had 5 points.
Now Micic is unplayable.
No, he's older and he's coming off an injury. Like, again, if you just pay attention to the roster, he's not the same player right now. Like factually,
they have Stefan Jovic.
They took Jovic off the court for Micic yesterday. And Jovic was balling yesterday.
Why do you think they took him off the court for Micic?
Because they wanted you know how he always relies on veterans. He's always been that way. He did not want Jovic to close the game because he thought Micic would do a better job. And Micic, again, he just hasn't been playing. He hasn't played better than Jovic this tournament. Like, he hasn't. And then on top of that.
Wait a minute, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do they need Aleska? And why do they need Vasily Micic when they have the best passing point guard big in the history of the world?
Guards played in Eurobasket this year.
That's nasty, bro.
It's the same thing.
It's not.
Shane Larkin and Seti Osman they were shot 61% from threes yesterday. Like, that obviously matters. Shane had 23 points yesterday. He was going crazy on drop coverage yesterday. When they put Milutinov in,
shout out Milutinov too.
Yeah, he's a good player. Like,
the Milutinov is fire.
You need point guards to extend the floor now in Eurobasket. Like Dennis Schroeder. That's why he's been balling. Francisco for Paris when he had 30 points the other day. He was going crazy. He was shooting threes all over the place. Like, you need perimeter scoring and perimeter spacing, especially when you're playing in a situation like that. Like, those are the two best teams. Them, Germany, Turkey, and Serbia are the three best teams in the tournament. I think we can argue, right?
Yeah, France is in that. They might be at the bottom. They might even be a tier below.
No Rudy. Yeah, like they're Bilal.
France is still tough though.
Yeah, they're good. But I think, like, when you're looking at, like, how all these teams are constructed, I do think you do have to have, like, the perimeter play. I think Jokic could have played better, but Jokic, like, played well, like, offensively. I think the last three that he took was similar to the Clippers one last year. He tried to bait the foul at the end of the game and then ended up missing. Then, Shingun went to the free throw line. Shingun played really good defense at the level, but he played good defense last year with Houston. Like, he got the steal at the end. But remember, Guduric and Micic, they were both dribbling the air out of the ball. They didn't get the short roll pass into Jokic, so he didn't get a chance to close the possession as well. Shingun balled yesterday, but Shingun's been great all tournament. Like, if there was a tournament, all five, like, who's played the best in so far, I think Jokic, Giannis, Shingun
MVP,
Luka. Who said who?
Shingun MVP.
No, I don't think he's been an MVP yet. I think it's like MVP. Like, we're just talking all the way around. I mean, Greece is undefeated. They were undefeated. So, like, I mean, they don't have anybody on there.
Turkey's undefeated.
I know, but Turkey's a much better team than Greece, though. To be fair,
I'm just trying to figure out what happened to Topic. Why isn't Topic? Why isn't Topic?
He's young. Pesic has always been like that. He's young.
Okay, so and I do understand that they have somebody that does what he does in terms of a facilitator, in terms of a distributor, right? So they got that in Joker. But I feel like with him on the roster and as another ball handler, I think he could have really helped them yesterday. I think he could have gave them a lot of minutes. Now, to that being said, Ron, be clear about something. The international game is way different than what we're going to see in the NBA, because when we see these two dudes in the NBA in January, when we see these two dudes in December, when this Houston Rockets team with a heavy isolation player in Kevin Durant is going to get a lot more touches, is going to get a lot more shots, you're not going to see the action that you see with Sengun like he's playing in his natural habitat right now. Way different playing with Shane Larkin. Way different than playing with Cedi Osman as opposed to playing with KD, who needs the basketball in his hands. Not only does he need the basketball, he shoots a lot, which means he's not going to be looking for Sengun like that. Sengun's going to be in a different space when he's playing for the Houston Rockets as opposed to playing for the national team, which would explain why you see him looking much better in this environment as he would playing in Houston.
Sure, I disagree. We've seen Sengun get busy in the NBA. Sengun he averaged 19 points last year. We've seen 28-point performances from Sengun. We've seen Sengun knock down the long ball. We've seen Sengun get downhill. We've seen Sengun offensive rebound like crazy and get on the block and give people work. That's what it looked like last night. And it was against Milutinov and it was against Jokic. I personally just think, yes, he had a breakout game, and yes, he looked good, and yes, he outplayed Jokic. I personally just think it's a 23-year-old that's getting better. I think Sengun's going to look a whole lot better this year than he looked last year. And I know, like, yes, he's going to be a second option to Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant's he let Devin Booker get busy. When does Kevin Durant not let another teammate get busy? He let Russell Westbrook get busy. He let James Harden get busy. He's let everybody get busy. He's going to let Sengun get busy.
Sengun's issue is the touch and his shooting, though. He can't shoot.
That's what it is.
And his touch was horrible last year. That's the thing. If he gets that back, if he gets his touch around the basket back, he's going to be a much different player.
I think he's been shooting like 70% around the rim in the Eurobasket tournament.
Oh, I don't know the exact number. But also, to be fair, the competition level is different. Sengun dominating like Eurobasket is obviously like a credit to him. But like
I'm not gonna,
playing the interiors in the NBA is obviously a much different story.
Oh, 100%. I'm not going to argue that point, Swiper. But what I am going to say is, even though the competition level isn't what it is in the NBA, my touch still can improve in terms of my confidence when I'm playing in meaningful games and against real good competition in the Eurobasket tournament. With that being said, to your point, Ron, I have seen Sengun get downhill. I have seen Sengun stop and pop. I have seen Sengun at the long ball line. What I haven't seen Sengun do is play with a guy like Kevin Durant in terms of bucket. I've never seen that. I don't know what that looks like. In fact, he was the hub in Houston. And when they throw the ball into him in the post, they run through him. They're not going to do that.
And Ron, Sengun shooting, he shot 23% from three last year and 29, and he made 4 threes yesterday. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think you agree, Ron. Like when you're playing a defensive coverage, you do got to like take a gamble somewhere. Like, what are you going to pack the paint like versus guard drives with Shane Larkin in them, or are you going to like, allow for Sengun to hit some of those open pop shots? Like, and he did. To his credit, he hit 4. But like I said, Tukie hit 61% from 3 yesterday. Like they made 18 threes. I think that ended up being like the difference overall, like in what happened in the game. But they've been good all
but why you keep saying it like that?
Well, I'm saying
you already went through this.
Yeah, I don't know why we keep doing this. So I think that I do.
I almost didn't know who the hell he was talking about.
I think respect to Turkey is better. And then 2K. I think that like to respect to them, they can win Eurobasket. Like I think they legit can win the tournament. Especially if Bogey, he's out the whole time. Like, Jovic, Nikola Jovic has been up and down. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're just they definitely need like more players to continue to step up. Guduric has been good this tournament. But like I said, Turkey, like they're a great team. Like Shane Larkin.
Who do you think is going to win the tournament?
And said he's balling.
In your estimation,
Germany.
From what you, because I said before the tournament, I think Germany will win the tournament. I think Spain's going to get bounced, so I don't think that they're going to be around. I think Germany's going to win the tournament. I just love the point guard play. Yes, sir.
Chill. To be honest, Turkey probably wins, just because of the terror they own. I do like Germany. I'm a Dennis Schroeder fan, but Sengun is shooting 65% from the field in the Euro Cup. And 43 from 3, I believe.
Eurobasket.
Yeah. Eurobasket. He's 46. He's shooting 46 from 3. So.
Yeah, sometimes you want to run, Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Maybe he just been working on his game this summer.
Yeah, I doubt he's going to maintain that in the NBA season though.
I mean, probably not. But
remember the line is shorter too.
Like I was saying last year too, though. It's like he just got to keep going and just keep. It's going to start falling. It'll fall. Yeah, he's a pro. He's a pro. It'll fall. It'll be okay. But I wanted to jump in when y'all was talking about the Rockets, and I honestly think that KD might open up Sengun's game a little more, as far as like where how that was calling him Baby Jokic and all that type of stuff, right? Whatever.
Right.
So I think it having KD would be more of a chance for his passing to show. First of all, depending on how they're running their sets, I don't know what they're planning on doing this year with KD.
I would imagine dribble handoffs.
And just opening it up for a little more for him with having that presence out there. I think when I'm making passes to Kevin Durant, who's going to actually convert on those more often than not, I think that his assist rate goes up a little more. He's looking to pass him a little bit more, but I think he's also going to be able to score a little easier with having more people paying attention to Kevin Durant. So I think Kevin Durant's actually going to enhance Sengun's game quite a bit.
I also think because like if you look up Sengun's statistics as far as like how did he play last year, I think like you get a average report, which is pretty much like his numbers say 19 a game, and I think 9 rebounds, something like that. But if you look up, on a statistical level, like how they grade it out, they say it's average. I think a lot of that has to do with the spacing that the Rockets had, to be honest with you. But them getting Kevin Durant, like to Ox's point, I feel like they will open up Sengun's game a little bit. I honestly don't think Kevin Durant is going to come to be the number one option, to be honest with you. I think he's going to take the 4 quarters over. I think that's just what he's going to do. I think he's going to
number one option. That's the number one offensive option.
Yeah, I think.
Like who's the leading scorer? You're saying,
like first person to score, looking for this person.
I still think that Sengun is going to be the hub. I do. I still think that Sengun is going to be the.
I think Sengun will be their best scorer by far, though. Like
I don't know about far. I think
like I think 26 on like.
I think KD or Sengun.
I think KD gonna be by far their best scorer.
Sengun's
just not that kind of scorer.
Yeah, he's gonna be their best scorer, but he's not gonna be the number one option. I think in the 4th quarter is where KD is gonna show a lot of dominance. Just because he doesn't have to. Like I think KD is gonna kind of sit back a little bit. He's still gonna shoot the ball. I'm not saying he's not gonna shoot the ball, but like they're gonna try to get Sengun going early. You can't try to get Sengun going in the 4th. That makes no sense. Kevin Durant on the other end can get going in the 4th. And in the game, like even last year, sometimes I think KD shoot 9 shots in the game, 10 shots in the game, and he still might end up with 30. So,
but here's the difference, though, Drinchy. The difference is with the Rockets, they had one of the worst offenses in the league. They brought KD in to enhance their offense. I don't think that we can wait around for the 4th quarter for KD to get going.
I don't think that's why they brought him in, though, Chill. I think they brought KD in to close the game. They needed a closer. That's all they needed last year.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, and with them having KD as a closer, I think that's going to help them. I'm not going to argue that point. What I am saying though, what I am saying though is when you lose a guy like Jalen Green, that is 20 plus a game, right? When you lose him and you replace him with KD, I'm not replacing him with KD for KD to only be the closer. No, I'm replacing him with KD.
But KD, he's not going to average 30 with the Rockets.
He going to average 27, I bet. 26.
I don't know, Jordan.
20.
I don't know.
They don't. But the Rockets didn't need Kevin Durant to come and be Superman.
That's not Superman. That's just Kevin Durant, though.
But they literally just needed a closer. Obviously, what comes with that closer comes other stuff. Like obviously, you're going to get more than Jalen Green. He's better.
But he'll be the best offensive player, though. I think pretty easily, though. Like I think
he'll be the best bucket.
I think KD would be their best offensive player pretty easily, though. Sengun's a good offensive player, but he's not the kind of hub that like leads to high volume looks, high volume attempts, like high efficiency shots.
Y'all looking at it from 2 different ways because at the same time, we don't like KD's team where he's been the offensive hub ain't been very successful lately. They haven't been successful. So why would the Rockets follow that pathway?
What do you mean by successful?
They missed the playoffs.
But that's not why they missed the playoffs, though. That's not why they missed the playoffs, though.
I agree.
We've gone through this multiple times.
No way they're gonna template Kevin Durant coming from him leaving Phoenix. The Rockets having a number 2 seed. They're gonna change their whole template.
Their identity will be their defense, but Kevin Durant will be their best offensive player on a defensively slanted team.
Yes, he's gonna be their best offensive player because he's skilled. He's the best skilled player. What I'm saying is they're going to pretty much follow the same structure with Sengun being
offensive rebounding
at the
and
end
defense.
of the offense, and then they're going to use Kevin Durant like Jalen Green a little bit, and they're just going to close the game. Like Kevin Durant can easily get 14 points in the fourth, like easily. Sengun struggles in the fourth a little bit, easily. That's
Sengun's not that a high level scorer though. Like I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah, but if y'all are expecting Kevin Durant to come and score 30,
I didn't say that. I think 26 to 27 average is about Kevin Durant.
I wouldn't even hang my hat on 27 for KD this year. I wouldn't.
I'm thinking 25 to 27 is where
I'm thinking 22 to 25.
Jesus.
No, that's not.
Bro, I'm just damn near 40.
But
Jordan,
what sign has he given you that he's slowing down at any point?
You slow down. Sometimes you don't give the sign. Sometimes it just happen overnight.
Like the cliff.
Yeah,
Tom Brady?
I mean,
like the cliff. That's what you're talking about, like the cliff theory.
Sometimes you just start losing your hair overnight.
Okay, what has Kevin Durant done to show you that that's going to be him though?
Nothing.
You have to have You have to have some type of. You can't say, "Oh, it might happen to him just because it might
does
happen."
nothing for that. What I'm saying is this though: he doesn't have to do that. Like he doesn't have to go score 30 for the Rockets.
We didn't say 30. No one said 30, but you.
Y'all, he doesn't have to score 27. The Rockets were the number 2 seed.
I said 26, and they will still probably be the number 2 seed this year. Their defense is going to be their anchor. Their offensive rebounding. They'll have a better offensive player.
All they needed was a closer. They beat Golden State if they have a closer. That's all they needed was somebody to say in the fourth, "Hey, brother, take us home." Sengun can't do it. A man can't do it.
Fred VanVleet can do it. Fred VanVleet and Kevin Durant can both do it. Yep, I agree.
But I still think
if y'all expecting to have Kevin Durant to have this high output, I promise you they would have got rid of Sengun.
I think he's going to be an All-NBA player next year.
As a pick and roller, you eat when Kevin Durant feeds you. Not going to happen.
No, he'll be a 19 and 10 player again. But what's wrong with that?
Why would they want him to be 19 and 10 again?
He was that's a predicate of his scoring ability. Like, is he going to score more points? Is he going to be
what do you think he's going to what do you think he's going to be, Jordan? Like if I think he was 19. Yeah, I think he was 19,
21 and 10. You think that'd be fair?
What do you might get into like a 20, 23, 25?
No, he ain't getting that high. No, I can guarantee.
Why not?
I'll be willing to bet you.
If Sengun is
I'll be willing to bet you good
a
money
game,
that he's not doing that.
If he's an improved shooter, he improves his touch.
That's a lot.
Why can't he improve how to get to the free throw line?
Shooter, so he would have to improve on the perimeter and at the rim. So if you're saying he takes a 7% leap at the perimeter and a 7 to 10% leap at the rim again, sure, why not?
Swiper, let's do basic math. He averaged 19.
Yep.
Let's say he made one more three than he made last year. He had 22. Let's say he gets to the free throw line 2 or 3 more times than he did last year. Where's
how y'all gonna do that? But
where's he find those shots at? Like where's he gonna find those shots?
He's going to be the focal point.
So last year Sengun made 0.3 threes a game. So now he makes 1.3 threes a game, and he shoots 23% from three last year. So what does he shoot next year?
I don't think that's
because think about the amount of threes he's gonna have to take.
So you're saying you want him to add a 3 to a shot dive, basically is what you're saying.
Sengun didn't take 2 3s a game last year. First of all, he didn't take that many threes last year. What if they say, Sengun, we need you because, and I do scouting reports. What if they say, bro, every time you shoot the ball when your feet set, you make it. So when your feet set, focus on shooting it. Now instead of him shooting,
how many attempts do you want him to shoot next year, Jordan?
2 more. Huh?
How many attempts do you want him to shoot next year?
Hold on. Let me see how many attempts he shot last night since he made 4.
How many attempts do you want him to shoot?
At least 2 or 3 threes a game.
So at least 2 to 3. So what do you think his percentage would need to be to make 1 a game?
4 for 7 last night.
I don't know what his percentage would be to make.
Well, I'm saying, Jordan, he shot 23% and 29%.
How many attempts? How many attempts per game?
Yeah, I said it earlier. 1.2. 1.2.
Okay.
So like to make 1, at that same level, he would have to take 4.
I don't think he would have to take 4. Like you don't.
Well, no, mathematically, literally, you would have to take 4 to make 1. If that made sense.
But hold on, no, because you're thinking of it in a mathematical sense. I'm thinking of it from a basketball sense, from watching the games.
No, I hear you, but like, is he going to be a better shooter next year?
Okay, listen, because this is where sometimes the math don't tell the story. Because
let's talk basketball, George.
He's not focusing on shooting threes last year because he feels like on 1 3 a game, his volume, he feels like, oh, I'm not a great shooter. A lot of players do that when they can score inside. So what happens is when you go watch the film and you see the threes that they made, you make an inference and you say, bro, every time your feet set and you shot it confidently, when you get that look, shoot it. So you know what happens to a player?
Yeah.
They get confident. So they know this is what I'm focusing on. I'm going to sit right here. If my feet set, I catch, I shoot it.
Yep.
his
But who
percentage
disagrees with that though? I'm saying that like I agree with you, Jordan. But how many? I'm saying so you're expecting an improvement in his shooting, which is fair. But he's still going to have to take 3 or 4 threes a game though. Like that's all I'm saying. It's like the percentages and the attempts.
I think he can take. I get what you're saying. You're talking about from the percentage. Even if it goes up, he'll still have to take more to make one a game, which can happen.
Jordan,
I get what you're saying from a percentage.
What I want to take off the table, like you just said, I want to continue talking basketball. So in talking basketball, him being the hub of that team, you still have one of the worst offenses in the league. And the difference, in addition to you having one of the worst offenses in the league, because Sengun wasn't that good around the rim. So let's say that he's better around the rim because it looks like he's getting his touch back. It looks like he's getting his touch back this year, right? Looks like he's getting his touch back this year because he's doing really well in the Eurobasket tournament. I think he's shooting like 70-something% at the rim. Something like that. From the rim. I don't know. Just at the rim, he's shooting like 70%. So he's getting that back. Okay, so now what I'm doing is, to your point, we're talking about basketball. Okay, so I'm playing with a better scorer. Playing with a better scorer does not necessarily translate to my offense being better. And the reason why I mean that as a scorer is because now I got to play with a dude who has the ball. Even though KD plays off the ball really well, KD does need the ball to score. So we setting up KD. I'm going to be setting up KD for him to get buckets. Now you telling me that he's getting 24 to 26 a game. Well, if he's doing that, that means that he's got to score a lot. That means that we're running the offense through him and we're getting him involved in the offense a lot more, not pin downs, but putting him in space where he can be the most effective.
Not necessarily, Chill. Not necessarily. How about some of the shots that he missed last year were just bad touch? He just makes them.
That would be good. That would 100%
like
be great.
Y'all are
that would be great if he could do
on
that.
him having bad touch last year. Like that's where he stamped at, and for the rest of his career, he's gonna have bad touch.
No, we're not.
I don't think anybody's saying he has to be there. I think he just needs to improve.
He's improving on his touch. He's improving on his game, which we can see in the Eurobasket. And to Swiper's point, Eurobasket is not NBA. But
what
I've said this. My main problem, like I also understand Sengun's touch is a problem. I complained about that last year. He had a drastic decline from year 1 to year 2. That usually happens. That usually happens with certain younger players. But my only gripe on Sengun is he holds the ball just a little too long. The turnovers is an issue for me. That's the only thing. I understand he will become a better shooter as players do become better shooters in their career. I understand. I understand he will have better touch. He will understand the game better. He doesn't even know how to get fouled like he could get fouled. He doesn't even understand that part of the game yet. If he make those improvements, we only 19 or 22. He can't make a 3-point leap.
I expect him to. I actually expect him to. Even outside of that, Jordan, like I expect Sengun to average 20 plus. And even with KD too, I know you're saying 22. Some of you guys said 25. I think KD can average 30 and Sengun can average 22. Like they're both that good. They're both.
What is
Fred VanVleet doing this whole time?
Y'all act like they could all get
doing this whole time.
They could all get. Do you guys
they have
understand?
An egalitarian offense is what I'm saying.
Okay. Do you guys understand that they lost 20 points? With Jalen Green, 21 to be exact.
Highly inefficient player that Kevin Durant replaced.
Well, think about it like this.
So if he's scoring more efficiently, not only if he takes those 18 shots, is he going to score 25 plus, but he's going to do it in a more efficient manner. Yep. But also too, hold on right quick. Dylan Brooks is gone as well.
Yeah.
That his point has to go somewhere. His point, well, I'm talking about offense. A lot of
their offense came from their defense.
Okay, with Dylan Brooks gone, Tari Eason steps in. Amin Thompson steps in. Dorian Finney-Smith steps in. They're all right.
They're going to take the shots like Dylan Brooks do, by the way.
And so Dylan Brooks' shots got to go somewhere. And my point with Sengun is he's just going to be better.
Hey, Swiper, to be honest,
he was an all-star last year. He's gonna play at an all-star level again this year. Whether he's an all-star or not, he's gonna play at that same level, if not better.
And Swiper, to correct you, Sengun took 0.008 threes a game.
Correct me on the 3-pointers?
Yeah, you say he shot 1 a game. He shot 0.008.
You mean 0.08?
I'm looking at Sengun right now. It says 1.2.
Last year he shot 1 3 a game. Last year he
said 1.2 on Basketball Reference.
He shot 1.
Are you in the playoffs? Maybe it's into the playoffs. You're looking at?
Yeah. No, he shot 1 3 a game. No, the question that I'm asking
74.
It was one. He shot 1.2 threes per game.
And he shot 98 total. He made 24. So I guess. Yeah. That's
what I'm saying is that the offense is going to change. Clearly, the offense is going to change because they're not going to run the same thing that they ran last year with KD on the floor. KD is a much better isolation player, right? Not only is KD a much better isolation player,
better pick and roll player,
better pin down player, better coming off screens. So they're not going to run the same offense that they ran last year, right? I still think that they're going to keep Sengun as the hub, though. I still think that they're going to run their offense through Sengun because I do think he's their best passer on the crew.
But why would their offense change though? That's my question. Like, why would they change it just because they getting Kevin Durant? Like, do y'all realize Kevin Durant doesn't have very many years left to play? That would be a disaster for the Rockets to change their offense based on Kevin Durant.
Well, you're going to build your offense around your best player.
Because when we were talking about Dame with this, y'all was right on. So I'm saying for the Rockets to be number 2 in the West, for them to change their offense and say Sengun.
They were number 2 because of their defense and offensive rebounding. That was their main offense last year. They were offensive rebounding at a historical rate.
And then you're gonna add a scorer. You're gonna add a bucket
this year too.
Yo, Jay. Right quick, fellas. Say that again, Jay. Say that again. Start from the top.
Who, me?
Go. Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah.
They already had the second worst offense in the league. What would be a disaster? How much worse could it get if they change their offense?
Because hold on. Because y'all are trying to turn the Rockets into this offensive savant team.
No, just
that's not their DNA. They actively just got defenders and Kevin Durant.
But why wouldn't you want your offense to get better?
Deal, Jay.
It is a big deal. But listen to what I'm saying. The structure of the Rockets team is not to necessarily be this high-powering offense. They want to beat you with your defense, and they just need a closer. You can actively win a championship if we have the best defense. We have the best rebounding.
Yes.
If we have the best defense, the best rebounding.
Yes.
And you don't have a closer.
And we're gonna stick to that, Jordan. I'm not gonna, Jordan. To your point, you 100% correct. We are going to stick to that. We got great defense. We got great rebounding. We just added arguably the best scorer in the game on our.
So why would? Okay, listen.
There's no way you're selling me that our offense doesn't change.
Chill.
Our offense 100%. We're not going to be doing the same.
I am telling you this. I am telling you this because you're glossing past the Rockets. They were very good. Ime is a defensive coach. They realized like we can beat teams based on our rebounding, based on our defense. They wasn't getting blown out last year. So for y'all to say they had the one of the worst offenses in the NBA, cool, great. That matters to people that want to look at the stat sheet. At the end of the day, for them, those 5-point losses, those 2-point losses, those 6-point losses, even 10, we can supplement that by saying, well, you know what? A lot of them games, Jalen Green didn't even play in the fourth quarter. He's supposed to be our closer. Not going to happen to Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant can give us that 10 that we were missing in the fourth. He don't have to necessarily be this offensive. That's why they got guys like that's why they got rid of Dillon Brooks and got Dorian Finney-Smith. You think Dorian Finney-Smith is a better offensive player than Dillon Brooks? No. No.
I don't think that at all. No, I don't think that. But those close games that you talked about where you needed guys to close those games, okay, those games probably are stretched out a little bit more. Not because we're going into the fourth quarter with KD closing the game, because that game is stretched out a little bit more because KD is getting busy throughout the course of the game. And that game isn't as close as it was when we had Jalen Green because we're getting different looks.
I don't look at the Rockets' direction of getting Kevin Durant like that. I feel like the Rockets got Kevin Durant to close like the Rock. I don't know if y'all watched like sincerely like the Rockets last year, like to where y'all understood what their underlying
everyone on here
was.
watched those games.
No, but hold on. I'm just saying like they're like it's one thing to look on the stat sheet and say, oh, they got one of the worst offenses. That's their problem. Like that's not necessarily.
They did have one of the worst offenses.
Yes,
in fact, that's why they lost.
Okay, but listen, them being second in the West, it's not really their problem. Their problem was
that wasn't why they won. But they won. They got second in the West due to multiple factors, including injuries to other teams, and they had a defensive anchor and a long. Hold on, Jordan. And on top of that, they had a great rotation. They have a 1 through 10 rotation, which they will still have this year. And on top of that, they're getting Kevin Durant. There's a reason why I think they're one of the 3 best teams in the Western Conference. And the reason why I think they're one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the NBA, which is a reason why I think they can go to the NBA Finals this year. They will be a better team this year, in part because they have an elite scorer. Their playmaking from Fred VanVleet and Sengun will be very helpful. They'll have a better isolation opportunity. They'll be able to shoot over the top with Fred VanVleet and Kevin Durant, an improved Amin Thompson, maybe the improved Alpheren Sengun. They'll be a really, 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 really good basketball team that can go 10 deep. Torrey Eason, DFS, and they got Clint Capella. And they still got Steven Adams. So that's a very good basketball team.
Look.
But you need Kevin Durant to be the tier 1 version of yourself.
No, you don't.
Yes, you. No, I'm not going to argue with this. Yes, you do. They factually do. They're a worse team without him than they are with him.
No, you don't. Listen to what
you do need Kevin Durant.
You
don't need Kevin Durant.
Hold on.
I'm listening to you. Go ahead, Drake. Go ahead, Drake.
Now, listen to what y'all just said. You named a 10-man rotation,
sir,
and arguably, maybe I'm gonna just say one offensive player really. In Sengun. Everybody else you just named.
Fred VanVleet.
Yep.
If you're looking for Fred VanVleet to play a crazy offense,
he's the reason why they were in those games in the playoffs that you were bringing up. Because he played great down the stretch.
Of course, but he's not a closer. Listen to what you just said.
And he's not really an elite offensive player like that either.
Who said elite? No one used the word elite. He's a good offensive player. That's all I said.
Good is arguable too. Good is debatable too.
He is the reason why they were going down the
Fred VanVleet.
I'll tell you what. I'm not saying he's whack. I'm not saying he's garbage. When we think about good offensive point guards or players in the NBA, Fred VanVleet does not pop into any of you guys' head. Like, come on,
nobody said he's an elite player, though.
It doesn't mean he's bad. I'm not saying that he is. I'm just not saying he's not like that.
Okay,
hold on. In the playoffs,
he's good for this team, and he has his moments. He'll have his games.
But he averaged. But to be fair to Fred VanVleet, though, the reason why they got back into the Warriors series when they were down 3-1 is because Fred VanVleet went off. He was averaging.
But why did they go down? What about the bad games he had?
I agree, but I'm agreeing with you. Hold on, because I'm not holding on because he asked me a question. So that's where the Kevin Durant thing comes in here. I think Kevin Durant lifts their offensive floor and their ceiling at the same time. Because it's hold on. It is the over-the-top shot making that they're getting with Kevin Durant is what they need. It's the isolation scoring they're getting from Kevin Durant is what they need. They're getting a player at all times that can be the best scorer on every possession for a Rockets team while winning their half-court setting. Because a half-court setting for the needy offense, their transition is going to be there. The offensive rebounding is going to be there. And so when you get Kevin Durant supplemented into that lineup, he's going to be able to live off of what Alpheren Sengun does naturally as a DHO player, as a pick and roll player, as a post-up player, passing out the post, high side or weak side off the corner. You're going to be able to play off of Fred VanVleet, who's one of the best passers out of the pick and roll that you have in the Western Conference. I think when you're doing this, when you have another year from Amin Thompson and you get Torrey Eason, of course you need Kevin Durant to be the tier 1 version of yourself. First of all, that's why they signed him. That's why they traded him.
Slow down. This is why I want you to
I don't need to slow down. You said they don't need him.
No. Slow down.
You said they don't need him. Why do I need to slow down off of that?
They don't
yes, you did. Chill. Did he just not say that 3 minutes ago?
Stop talking and just listen.
That's what you just said.
No, I did not say that.
Chat, did he just say they don't need Kevin Durant?
Keep going, Jay. Keep going, Drench. Keep going,
I'm not even going to entertain that dumbass shit. Number one.
You said it.
No, I did not say that. Number one. Listen to the roster that you just listed off.
Jordan, look at the chat. What are they saying? You just said that. Drink more water. Backdoor. Mad Max. Roy. You just said that. K-Dot. Yes. One buddy.
No.
Now say what you mean.
Wait. What Drench said was
Kevin Durant.
Okay. He said what Drench said was they don't need Kevin Durant to average 30.
That's exactly what I said.
No, that's not where we were. We hadn't even moved on. We had moved on from that point. And nobody up here thinks he needs to average 30. Nobody up here thinks he needs to average 30.
Fellas. No, I think he can average 30. But my thing, Jordan, is I just want to ask you this question because there seems to be a divide. You'll believe that Kevin Durant can average 20 to 22 and they can be good.
Yeah.
My only question for you, which I think as long as KD's there, they're good. However, my thing is, if he were to be able to average 30, how does that hurt them? I believe it only helps them.
Okay, I can give you two answers to that. And then I want to go back to Swipe a Point because this is going to tell the story of what the Rockets actually visualize and see. So, it doesn't hurt them, but if KD is averaging 30, it does hurt the development of guys like Sengun, Amin Thompson, because everybody expects Amin to take a leap. How is he going to take a leap if we got rid of some shots because we want a man to be an improved player? Some people expecting the man to be an all-star. Some people expecting the man to take this monumental leap. It has to happen. Now, on the back end, if he averaged 30 and the Rockets are still gelling, we win 65 games. I'm not looking at that as a realistic ceiling for us to win 65 games with a first-year Kevin Durant on the team. Now, back to Swiper's point, he named off 10 guys on the roster. Like I said, the Rockets took away some offensive ability with Dylan Brooks. Whether y'all want to agree with it or not, he has some offensive ability. They end up getting a defensive guy in Dorian Finney-Smith. They end up signing Clint Capella. What does that tell you? While they re-sign Steven Adams, what does that tell you that they are trying to actively do? The same thing they did last year, but get a closer. And for them to be second, and to them to be damn near in every single game, you're not going. And this is why I feel like Ime is the great coach and Stone is a great GM. Because if you think overpowering the Thunder's offense, because that's the team to beat, the Thunder. If you think you can overpower the offense when they have an MVP and you don't have one, that's a bad plan. So what they think is, how about we surefire our defense? Make sure we keep getting rebounds. And then if the game is close, I can trust Kevin Durant, who's been doing this his whole life, to not get 0 points in the fourth quarter like Jalen Green, to not end the game with 5 points in the playoffs. Do you know how much better the Rockets would be had they just had Kevin Durant?
Okay, so
we agree
100%. So Drenchy, to your point, I don't think that they're going away from their identity, which is their defense.
You would be if Kevin Durant is 30. You would be.
That's not true at all. No. As I was saying, we're gonna stick.
Why would that change their defense?
It's not going to change their.
But I don't think he's averaging 30. Also,
and yeah, let's get back. First of all, Drenchy never said that. Okay, and we never said that. Let's get back to where you are. Their identity has always been their defense. Their problem has been their half-court offense. A lot of their offense has been predicated on what they get on defense to generate their offense, making them play faster. So now, to your point, when we get in games, late games, we need somebody to close. Well, here's the thing that we don't want to do. We don't want to be in that situation anymore. We want to make our half-court offense better. So when we get in the fourth quarter, we have a big enough cushion that we don't have to worry about closing games. The only way that works is to have a scorer like Kevin Durant throughout the course of the game, keeping us at the level where we can, once we get to the fourth quarter, we're good. They're not bringing Kevin Durant in only to close games. And I didn't say
of course not. I mean, you bring him in.
And I'm not saying that you said that.
Yeah.
But what the insinuation is this team is good on defense, and what they only needed was a guy to close games. Yes, Kevin Durant is going to do that, which is going to be a part of his offense, but that's not going to be the only thing he does. He's going to do so many other things for them on offense to make their offense better. And when you get a guy like Kevin Durant, who is the bucket getter that he is, that's going to make that Houston Rockets team so much better.
Yeah, of course, but I'm saying they don't need to make a crazy change and adjust to Kevin Durant. That's not what I'm saying. And I will say, sometimes throughout the season, they will let KD be KD. It's 82 games. It's basketball. But what I'm saying is the Rockets don't need KD to average 30 for them to still be second or first in the Western Conference. I think they can be first or second in the Western Conference without KD averaging 30. He can average, like I said, 22 to 25, and they can still be a number 1 or 2 seed and then go into the playoffs with that crazy defense. And we need to see Amen Thompson get better. You need to see Amen Thompson reps in the regular season, because in the playoffs, you know it's a different brand of basketball. That's also why I don't agree that the Rockets are just going to allow KD to just get crazy busy, because we know who Kevin Durant is. We know what he brings. He know what he brings. You need guys like Sengun and Amen to develop in order for this to keep going. So I feel like
they didn't trade.
Go ahead.
To your point, though, Drenchy, they didn't trade for KD for the development of Sengun, or they traded for KD because they're trying to get over the hump. They didn't trade for KD because they're trying to develop Amen Thompson. That's going to happen anyway. Sengun
not
development.
Necessarily.
That's going to happen anyway. We brought KD in here to be who KD is. What you're trying to sell me, Drenchy, you're trying to sell me KD getting woven into what we're doing. No, KD is a bucket getter.
No, I think he is getting woven into. I don't think they.
Yes.
To be honest with you, I don't think they trade Jalen Green had he just not had disastrous quarters, like the disastrous fourth. Like had he just not looked so bad, they don't trade him. They run it back. But the fact that he gave them nothing in the fourth.
Yes.
Like,
Jordan, I think the Houston
you have
Rockets
to get
defense
off
will be
of
better next year. Personally, Kevin Durant's a much better defender than Jalen Green. I think Sengun,
not Dylan
Amin. Well, I think he and then adding I think their defense will maintain. And I think Kevin Durant will be a great additive. I actually think they will be a better overall basketball team with a higher offensive ceiling because of KD. But I don't think their offense is going to be elite.
As a point of attack defender, you're losing that, and you're losing Dylan Brooks. KD is not going to bring that to the Rockets as that point of attack defender.
Well, he's not a point of attack defender, no, but he's better rim protector than anybody else.
Yeah, but for them to give that up, that was a big part of their identity last year.
I mean, they still got it though.
Yeah, Fred VanVleet and
Dylan Brooks is a far better defender than Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but it's not. You're not. So Kevin Durant is not replacing Dylan Brooks. Kevin Durant is replacing Jalen Green, who he's a better defender than. Who's replacing Dylan Brooks?
Is better than him in the paint. He's not a better defender on the perimeter.
But who's defending or who's replacing
Jalen Green?
Not on the perimeter. He's not.
I think Jalen Green is
like. But they don't even play the same position, and they wouldn't even guard the same people.
I think the Rockets defense will just be overall better, and I think that obviously Amin, Torrey. And then putting DFS, they won't have a negative defender in their rotation next year, and I think that's. You think
Jalen Green was a negative defender?
Yeah, he wasn't a good defender, bro. Like he wasn't a good defender. I'm not gonna lie to you. He just.
I think you either didn't see a lot of Jalen Green play defense.
I watched plenty of Jalen Green. He locked in at times.
I guess Penn is right. We don't really watch the games, but fellas, I'm sorry, we do have to move on. Make sure if you are watching to like the video, go vote on the poll on how much you think Kevin Durant will score. And ultimately, I need you guys to do one thing and one thing only. Listen to me closely. I need you to download the Splash Sports app where you can make your picks and compete against fans. You will not be competing against the house. You see, guys, Splash Sports has this amazing game. It's called Survivor. And for Survivor, the person who can last the longest week after week and make the best pick after pick and advance the furthest will win $50,000. And if you miss one of those picks, you will be going home. This is more exciting than anything that we've done here on this platform. Chill will be involved. Swiper will be involved. Bama will be involved. J-Rob will be involved. If you guys know Corey, the best host on this platform on the press box, he will be involved. We will all be involved. And the thing about it is, you guys will be competing against us. And this should be a fun ride to the end. And there's also other games over there like the weekly pick'em and some other great things too. But you got to download the app. Check it out. The link is in the bio. And we will see you guys in the winner's circle. Fellas, are you excited about this?
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. Hey,
100%.
Hey,
y'all excited? Hold on right quick, Jordan. Y'all excited about this?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
I am. I'm definitely trying to see my name on that check. Yes, I am.
All right, for sure. Well, I'm excited to see who's going to win it. I'm excited to see if any of you fans are going to be able to step in and outcompete us. Keep in mind that this is an NFL Survivor. The NBA season to kick off here pretty soon, and we'll get the NBA Survivors going on. We'll get the NBA Pick'ems going on, and we'll get all of that good stuff as well. So you guys just download the app and stay tuned. Once again, the link is in the bio.
That the host is an L host. I was about to give Shane Larkin love, and then it turned into a Sengun cooking Jokic thing. Then it turned into a Kevin Durant Houston thing. I think Shane Larkin has rebuilt his career. He's become a really good international player.
Rebuilt his career.
From what he was in the league. Yes, from what he
That's his point. That's Swiper's point.
Okay. No, I get what you're saying.
Literally. I will send you a
rebuild
screenshot. There, literally, it was the initiative. When people are talking, let them finish so they can finish what they're saying. You can get the full context of the quote. Because you have a comment from yesterday's show when you, Ron, interrupted a great conversation between Ox and Penn, inserted something that was irrelevant, and then messed up the whole segment.
Thank God for that, by the way.
Just start here. Shane Larkin. Shane Larkin. Great so far in Eurobasket, to Jordan's point, who loves international basketball, playing very well overseas. That dude is a baller. I loved him in Miami. I thought he'd be a really good player in the NBA. Didn't work out, but shout out to Shane Larkin. Shane Larkin, and then clip in right there.
All right, fellas.
Wait, though, real quick, though, because damn Shane Larkin, damn Alpheren Sengun, damn Jokic, damn that Chet. Who a better host than me, Ron?
All right, y'all. I'm getting into the crunch time chats. You're not messing with Corey. Hey, Corey is lapping you.
I seen in the press box.
Oh my God. Hey, he is putting you to shame.
And you ain't the authority on who is a good and not a good host. I seen you host.
All right, I'm gonna run a chat, and I'm gonna ask the chat. I'm gonna run a poll, and I'm gonna ask the chat who's the best host on the PC platform. But in the meantime,
you already know who I'm riding with.
You sticking with Jalen Green, and you're not going to KD? Damn,
no,
you don't want to you don't want to compete. But with that being said, though, I do want to shout out Chill with Chill. Look at Chill and Jalen Green up here. They look amazing. and you guys can tap into the show tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And today. My bad, y'all. I'm tripping. Today, tap into the show. Also, make sure to go back and watch the press box from last night so you can know who to put your money on in the Pick'em contest this upcoming Sunday. And then Throwback Thursday later tonight. We'll see you guys at 7:30 Eastern time. But y'all, I got some super chats, and then we are going to talk about this new All-Star format that the NBA has potentially or will be potentially rolling out.
Nasty.
Frank C said the episodes have been fire lately. Dub PC as always. Good work, fellas. Good work. The next super chat I got is from LeVar B. Ballin. LeVar said, the way Ox defends this situation is disgusting for the platform, to be honest. So the show's been fire, but it's been disgusting. Got it. You shouldn't be here for this topic if you can't take your fan hat off, Ox, and watch the video.
Damn, Ox.
All right, okay.
It's all right, nigga.
I was asking questions to Swipe. I wanted to know. I was trying to get educated. Thanks, Swipe. I appreciate you, brother. I'm just, that's
hey, another brunch coming up soon. Pancakes, orange juice, bacon,
well,
sausage.
I don't really like pancakes. French toast.
In tight short mimosas.
You like my legs, Ron?
Look. See what I'm talking about, Swiper? Like,
I'm just saying, y'all was sitting very close to each other.
You wasn't there, bro. Shut up.
Booth.
Hey, I'm saying like 60% of y'all thighs was both showing that morning.
We are both larger men in a booth.
You wouldn't know anything about that petite.
Larger men with smaller shorts.
Shit.
How does that work?
Shit. Oh shit.
Jay, I hit you after the show, and
he's had that hoodie for 15 years and still ain't filled it out.
Jay, this is what you walked into, Jay. Yes, Jay, This is what you
chill.
walked into.
How surprised you think I was when I walked into that brunch and seen these two sitting shoulder to shoulder?
You know how big that place was, Ron? You wouldn't even have found us.
You wouldn't even have lies on the internet, bro.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm lying to the people.
Hey.
Just a bold-faced lie, too.
Jay, Ron out here 6'3", 165. He don't know. He don't know about filling out.
That's your frame, Ron.
Yeah, we gonna see next PC weekend when we play just only bully ball. You can't shoot threes. Hey, it's only 21 in the paint. We gonna see who's big and who's not.
Oh, I'm about that.
But Ron, you Chris Rock from New Jack City strong though. That's a different kind of strength.
All right.
That's extracurricular strength.
Ron, you might want to move on. Ron,
Pookie strong. Ron, you Pookie? Is that what you are, Ron?
You know what, Chill? You get the hell out of here.
You know
what? We're not doing that. That's crazy.
Using his powers, yo, Ron. You always doing this, bro.
You're using your powers. Just keep calling me.
Pretty Cool Guy 101 said he asked that to Raptors. Shout out Penn from Canada. What?
I think so about Kawhi.
Yeah, he's saying that Kawhi asked the Raptors
Kawhi
to
made him
he demanded some stuff. And that's what this is all about. Some people just mad because he didn't stick around, or you know how the bitter ex always be trying to make it worse than it is. Talk about that's why your feet stink. You was always never mind.
Ron, you probably would be
my feet didn't stick when you was
you would be in football, basketball, any sport. You'd be one of my least favorite people to play because when you tall and skinny and you got sharp elbows, That's one of the worst combinations you can ever find in sports, bro. Could you be throwing them elbows and they hurt? Like, you know, like a puppy bite you with them small baby teeth. Like that's about what it be feeling like.
Yeah, so
baby teeth be hella sharp.
Yep. No, I'm good. I don't want none of that.
I'd be scared to play you too. You know, y'all seen the Final Four, Fantastic Four? You know that big rockhead? Hey, I'd be scared to be getting roughed up by him too.
What's his name?
Rockhead. That's his name.
All right.
His name is Rockhead. All right, Sean Pigment said, so Kawhi and the Clippers could have lawfully skirted the issue just by him making a public post or planting a tree.
Simple, but you know, Steve Ballmer shouldn't have done that illegal activities. We're not going to victim blame. We're not going to victim shame here. Okay, that's what we're not going to do. Not in America. Not in my America. We will not.
Well, Kawhi got to read, to your point, Ox, because the Clippers' name is on the contract, so he got to know something. That's he got to start reading. I don't know.
I need to see. I'm about to go check out this contract y'all keep talking about.
31 minutes and 14 seconds into the video. Watch the whole video though, Ox.
This is the thing though. Swipe. It's 2025, bro. I can't believe everything I see.
You don't have to believe everything you see. You believe Lincoln Bot? Never mind. Let me leave it alone. Next super chat.
The next super chat is from Trayvon Ray. Trayvon Ray said, ignorance of the law is not a justified defense. Also, where the Kingpin women at? I'm trying to holler.
I'm with him on that one.
Kingpin?
That is true. That is true. Ignorance of the law is no justification for breaking the law. That is a fact. You can't break the law and then say, "Hey, I didn't know that was."
You know how many laws there are, though, Ox?
No, but no, I understand that, Swiper. But even so, that is a fact. That's quarter law shit. If you don't know that you're breaking the law, you are still breaking the law. You are guilty, and you will serve time for that crime. And that's just what it is, bro. That is 100% a fact. 100%. You know, Swiper. Before I left school, I was switching from sociology to pre-law. You know what I'm saying? Just to.
By the way, do you
things ain't worked out? But that's
do you know this is the law in let me see. This is the law in Georgia. It is illegal to have a llama at any point in time. But Ox, if I find a llama from birth and I feed it to, you know what I mean, I'm trying to make sure it's taken care of and well raised. You're saying it's a law if I feed a baby llama and I want it to live a free desolate llama?
Maybe there's another animal that's you know what I'm saying
close to the llama that can take care of the llama.
No, I'm saying maybe there's another animal in Georgia that's native to Georgia that maybe the llama directly affects in a negative way. So a negative way, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you know how when you drive through California now, they got those checkpoints. They ask you, do you have vegetation? Do you have fruit or something? Right? Chill out. So they asked you this in California, and the reason is because back in the day, people was bringing in them fruit flies, and them fruit flies was tearing up they was tearing up all the agricultural stuff.
Oh, that's how you got smuggled into California?
Oh, could you please, bro, please? They was the fruit flies was like tearing up the agriculture, and if you don't know this, California, we feed like 60% of the nation, so they just can't allow that to go on. So now they got to make sure you're not bringing in any invasive species. You know what I'm saying? So. It's like, so maybe llamas are somehow an invasive species in Georgia. It might seem, and the law might seem dumb to y'all, but there's a reason for these laws, y'all. Y'all need to learn how to be law-abiding citizens. Even you know what I'm saying? Don't be that girl in high school that signs the syllabus. What? No,
you just call stuff. He said y'all got to learn how to be law-abiding citizens. What you trying to say?
Everybody,
I'm
I'm talking to everybody. Don't be that girl in high school that signs the syllabus that says she won't use her cell phone and then cusses the teacher out when she takes her cell phone. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Hey, in Louisiana, it's illegal to send a surprise pizza? Wait a minute. So you're saying if it's your birthday, Oxen, you love pizza, and I send you a Supreme pizza, Supreme Jet pizza. You know them layered ones, Ron, that got like the thick crust, cheese, all the meats for the meat lovers out there like Ox. If I send you a Supreme for a surprise, that's illegal?
Well, maybe at some point a surprise gave somebody very important a heart attack or something. They're like, we not risking that shit no more. I don't know. It's the law. Follow the law. Don't break the law.
Well, we're gonna go to the next super chat from No Cap Prince. No Cap Prince said 6 seed as an expansion team. Ball holla. What is he?
Shout out to the Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah, they balling right now.
So look, so we got to get back to that second seed so that we can face maybe the Fever, or you know what though? I was looking at this, right? I told y'all before, I don't think it's gonna happen, but if there's any lower seed team that could upset the Lynx, it is the Seattle Storm. Now, if the Seattle Storm keep that 8 seed and the Lynx keep that 1 seed, and then if the Indiana Fever keep that 7 seed and the Atlanta Dream keep that 2nd seed, we can see some real upsets, y'all.
Hey, what's
real
that?
Upsets. Don't forget I told you this. Kelsey Mitchell got something for the Atlanta Dream. Now, if the seeding stays like that, Seattle 8, Indiana 7, we can see Indiana and Minnesota both upset. There's no matchup for the Minnesota Lynx quite like the Seattle Storm. That's just my take.
Hey, Ron, before I leave, everybody, what's your score prediction for the night, everybody? Eagles, Cowboys.
Eagles, Cowboys.
17-10 Eagles.
17-10?
Listen, hey,
lock it in.
37-7. They are finna blitz them boys.
I'm gonna say the Eagles plus 10. I'm
plus 10?
Plus 10. Yeah, I'm looking at like 31-21, something like that.
What's the spread right now?
Yeah,
it's like 8.5.
Oh, 8.5. I would take that.
Man, the Eagles are about to.
That go with your 17-10 a little bit, Jay.
Yeah.
17 points kind of low because I think. What you think, Jordan? What's your final score?
I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it's probably gonna be. I would give 17-10 too.
Bro, I think Saquon. We're gonna go.
I think the Cowboys gonna show something.
I got 21-7.
21-17. Y'all think it's gonna be a low scoring game? It's okay.
But no, I got 21-17 Dallas.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at. I'm not too high. I'm not too high on Philadelphia. I'm not too high on Philadelphia coming back. Just because I feel like, you know, obviously they have a scouting report last year, but I just feel like they're gonna getting Saquon was just a month. They just threw something in that shit. That shit fucked everything up. So I feel like now that they know they have to deal with Saquon, I feel like and Jalen Hurts is from.
But they got AJ Dillon back there too now at the backup too. They're huge at the running back.
They are huge. And I don't want to say this because you know Jalen Hurts is from my neighborhood, but at the same time,
is he?
I'm just not that so on him as being this guy that everybody think he is.
Yo, Swiper.
But I ain't really worried about that. I'm only worried about Sunday, Swiper.
Swiper, where can the people find you at talking about all the NFL good stuff and everything that they need to know, especially to play this Survivor 50K game?
You can find us on Press Box at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, every single Wednesday. Shout out to Bama, shout out to Dre, Rob, Trent, Corey, Early. And you can find us on Sunday, this Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go through all of the games, especially the afternoon games, and we're going to do the fantasy matchups as well. And if you want to play the $50,000 Survivor Series, you're going to play against us. It's going to be single elimination, boy. You got to win, pick them right, and keep going, or you can get a $15,000 pick 'em. Now, this is what I tell y'all. We've been waiting. Jordan, Chill, Jay, Ox, Ron, we've been waiting months for the NFL season, and it's finally here. All the offseason talk, all the stuff that you heard about in the offseason from trades, signings, draft, everything. Jordan, this is talking time is done. Now you got to line them up and put the pads on the line. Bro, I can't wait. This is going to be the best NFL season we've ever seen, bro. Every team got somebody. There's no legitimately bad team in the NFL except for the Saints. Everybody got something.
They might not win a game.
Everybody got something.
I thought everybody except for the Titans. I was about to say Karma gonna get your ass, Swiper.
No, the Saints might not win a game this year.
There ain't no Karma. I just think Titans are great, but they're good.
The Titans might not win a game. Q, you said the Titans might not win a game.
No, I'm talking about the Saints.
Oh, I thought you said
the Titans. They might not win a game.
Shit, we about to win on Sunday.
Hey, Chill. Fluent's a Bears fan, right?
Yes, he down with Chicago.
See, Chill.
See y'all Friday.
You going, Swiper?
Yep. I'll see y'all Friday.
Right. Later, brother.
All right, Swiper.
Stop working on pennies. But Chill.
Jesus Christ.
You know, you and Fluent should pull up on me on December 28th for that 49ers Bears game in the Bay.
You gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm planning on it. I was looking at it just the other day.
Don't worry about where Big Ox gonna be. Where you gonna be, nigga?
Oh, well.
Where you gonna be where your 49ers getting balled up? Huh? Where you gonna be where they last in the division?
I know where I'm gonna be. I know where I'm gonna be this Sunday when we whoop y'all ass. I know that. I'm gonna be right here.
Can you remind me of the bets we got with Ron? Remind me of the bets we got with Ron that I got a couple hundred on.
I got them if you want me to pull them up.
Yeah, pull them
Nah,
up.
hold on. If Jordan forgot the bet.
Nah, I ain't forget the bet. I ain't forget the bet. I want Ron to clarify.
Yeah, actually, no, Jordan, what's the bet? What it is?
The bet is I got the Portland Trail Blazers at least making a play-in. That's the bet. We got $100 on that. The second one was
that's easy money, Ron.
I didn't make two bets with you. I made one.
No, I think I made a bet with Chill then. Yeah, I made a bet with Chill. What was the one I made?
A bet.
Huh?
You and I did have a bet. Yes, we
I can't remember what it was though. I know one of them was the Portland Trail Blazers. Me and you got on Ron on that.
That was
one.
it.
We got another one because I bet you against something. I can't remember what it was. Damn, I forgot already. No, because I said bet 200. No, I'm on your side with the Trailblazers one.
Wasn't that with Swiper?
No, it was with Chill because I told Chill to bet 200. He said no.
Wait, y'all both forgot it?
So
Trailblazers. I guess we ain't got no bet.
For you,
Cleveland.
Yeah.
No, I got.
Oh, that's right. It was Cleveland. It was Cleveland with me and you, Drench.
Because Chill, me and you bet 100 that Cleveland's not going to the conference finals, and then you and Jordan doubled down and did 200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chill. So I'm taking your money 3 times this year because we also got to bet $100 on the Seahawks and the 49ers this year. This week.
Yeah, we whoop y'all ass. Yes, sir. When we put a foot in that ass this Sunday.
Hey, Chill, I don't want to hear nothing about you got the flu come Monday.
Oh, I'll be right here. I'll be right here.
I want that action, Jordan, with the play-in. I want that action.
You don't think Portland gonna make the play-in?
Making no goddamn play-in.
Oh,
Jen, you ain't feeling that?
And I put 2 bills on it. You got me on socials. I put two bills on it. 200. Let's do it.
You think I'm scared?
No, I just think you throw away money, and I'll take free money if you throw it away.
No. Don't put that room out there. I don't throw away no money.
That's what it sounds like to me.
No.
Hey, fellas. Speaking of money, I think you guys all have action at a little bit of money in a couple weeks. We got the King of the Court season 3. Chill will be there. Ox will be there. Jordan will be there. And my man Jay is also going to be there. The draft is next Friday, September 12th, during the very episode that you're watching right now of the panel. Yes, this show right here. The first round will be Tuesday, September 23rd. And then there will be additional rounds every Tuesday after that. Y'all don't just have an opportunity to make money on the Blazers. Y'all can have money based on the basketball knowledge that you got too. Y'all excited about this?
Definitely. Hey, Ron, my man that came up with his own analytic or own stat, is he going to be in this?
Nah.
Not damn.
He should be, but nah. Why, you was going to draft him?
Am I a captain?
I don't know. I'm asking if you were a captain, would you draft him?
Am I a captain, Ron?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Hey, he just spilled the beans, Chill.
If I was a betting man, so there's going to be 4 captains, and they will be announced, I think, tomorrow. But you guys got to ask Cheerio. I don't know. But if I was a betting man, I would say probably since Chill has his own show called Chill with Chill, he's probably going to be a captain. Since Mars won the last PCL, he'll probably be a captain. Since Swiper has his own show, the Press Box,
not because I'm good, Jordan. Not because I'm good, and I was in the semifinals last year. No, that's not it. Because I got my own show. That's why.
Hey, I know you're not gonna take that. Because if you take that, then I'm cool with it too. Because I've been saying it. Hey, I'm trying to pooch Ox away from Chill with Chill, and we can get.
Okay. First of all, it's poach. That's number 1. Number 2,
he's trying to pooch Ox. No, he said what he meant. He's trying to pooch him. Hey, Ox, you gonna let him pooch you?
Ox the hill, bro.
He's trying to pooch him. That's all it is. I'm just saying.
They trying to rob my dude.
We can get Frenchman and the oxtails going. We can get that going ASAP. Ain't nothing wrong with it. We can get Frenchman and the oxtails going.
No. I mean, there would be no show without Chill. It is definitely Chill's.
It'd be a show without you.
You know what I'm saying? no doubt. Either way, we good. But
Hey.
but hold on, no, Ron. What you was saying? So Swiper, Mars, and Chill are the captains.
Yeah, and then probably Dion from Ohio because he was a fan favorite. Because he was a fan favorite last year.
You don't get the hell off somewhere.
I'm just saying that's who I would put money on. You know,
if you let that crystal ball head fool be a captain and not me,
Dion's a crystal ball.
Swiper would be.
I'm talking about Swiper.
Swiper would be a hell of a Boy Scout captain.
Oh, I forgot about Penn.
Swiper would be a hell of a
swipe out of
Boy
there.
Scout captain. But as far as the captain for this, hell no. You know what? Swiper a guy that, like, if you own the company, you want to put Swiper in the general manager role for sure. You want Swiper.
He is perfect for middle management.
Oh, for sure. He perfect in that role. He'll get the meeting going. He make sure everybody come in not looking sleepy. Swiper had a meeting turned up. He'll have his list and shit going. Put him in the team captain of a team. Hell no. That'd be
He gonna make sure that on your 15-minute breaks, you not taking 16 minutes. You better have your ass back here.
Yeah. I want Swiper to. Swiper can run a company for sure. He can get on that email, send a blast email report out about how everybody need to be at work at 6:01. At 6 a.m., not 6:01, and they need to be with their clothes ironed. Swiper good for that shit. Nah.
Yeah, I agree. Swiper would put the mid in middle management. I agree. But fellas, let's go ahead and get into the new NBA All-Star format announced by Shams. And this is after the competition committee on Wednesday, yesterday, met with the NBA Players Union, some of the NBA players, and obviously the front office staff of the NBA. And they decided on a new 2026 NBA All-Star Game format that will likely be a round-robin tournament consisting of 3 teams. These 3 teams will be 2 USA teams comprised of 16 All-Stars, and it will also be a European team or international team, a world team of 8 world players. Fellas, how do we feel about this? And also, it will be Ryder Cup style. I don't know what Ryder Cup style is. If you guys do know, please share. But that is what was announced. How do we feel about this?
I hate the Ryder Cup. I think the Ryder Cup is in golf.
Yeah, it is in golf, but I don't know the format.
Yeah, what does that mean though?
Style, yeah.
Oh, and it'd be 12-minute games too.
12-minute games? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, you know what?
Do you ever do any golfing, Chip?
I did. I'm not very good at it though, but I did. I got that from my uncle. My uncle told me when I went to college, you need to learn how to play golf because you're gonna be around them white people. So I did take it up a little bit. I wasn't very good.
I'm terrible.
I ain't gonna lie, Ron. As far as the format goes, maybe I'm just stuck in it, but at the same time, bro, I freaking hate all of these goddamn formats.
Mm-hmm.
Just bring back the East versus the West, bro, with the different jerseys. And just bring that shit back, bro.
I think the issue is the disconnect is that they're really trying to get them to play competitively, and they're just trying to rules and regulate it to make them play hard, and that's just not working.
They still don't.
It's not working, right?
Yeah.
And it's really not working. I think you really have to add some kind of incentive. I think that I've heard the idea float around that they should throw some playoff incentives in there, or some seeding incentives, or even some monetary, so like extra cash space, whatever the case is, right? But they got to throw some type of incentive because niggas just not playing hard because it's just not in them, right? And that's cool.
It's just not in them. And regardless, even if they do even add playoff implications into that, somebody gonna find a loophole and just say, well, you know what? We don't really need to do this. We win well on the road anyway. So
throw cap space, a tax exempt or something for those guys so that they can have more cap space, right?
I mean, they gave a
you trying to circumvent the cap space by way
of
Yes, sir. They did 1 year, right? Don't they do that for the play-in? They do it for the play-in tournament, right?
For the play-in?
When they give a little bonus? They give a little bonus?
Oh,
I mean,
you
mean
in season. Right, and they give money for the right, exactly.
Like the winner wins $500,000.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And they play hard.
You get paid. You get paid to play in the All-Star game, don't you?
That's an incentive. That's an incentive in my contract, Ron.
Right, I get it. You're getting paid just to be there. You don't get paid to play hard.
If I make the All-Star team, if I make the All-Star, well, see, I think that's the problem, Jay. The problem is that if I got to incentivize this even more, what does that say about the athlete today? because I'm on the books for, I don't know, let's say I'm on the books for $42
Oh,
million.
chill. You ain't supposed to say nothing about the athlete today. You ain't supposed to do that.
Now I gotta pay you an extra $1 million. And what I'll hear from people is I'll hear things like, well, it's an all-star game. Why should I risk getting hurt? Well, it's not about you getting hurt. Number one, if you're worried about getting hurt, you're gonna get hurt. Number two, the all-star game has always been about it being the best pickup game in the world. And if it's about competition, we're gonna kick your ass. No, we're gonna kick your ass. Not one of us is out here worried about getting hurt. We worried about competing against each other.
Ain't even worried about getting hurt.
Kobe broke his fucking nose. Kobe broke his, and I was watching that shit. I watched that at fucking 9 years old.
Bro, it don't even be that. It just, they be silly in the All-Star game. Like, no motherfuckers just come down the court and just shoot some dumbass shots from half court. Like, why? Like,
because they can.
I will say this because, because people do act like in All-Star games that they haven't always took it easy. They always did take it easy up until like the fourth quarter. Now, they taking it easy is just silly. They go shoot from half court. It's like at open gym, that shit, where it's like y'all was playing competitive. Now everybody feet hurt. So now y'all just shooting some bullshit and laughing. That's what they be doing in the All-Star game. They all play like they feet hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know, Jordan,
just get on my nerves.
I do think it's time for us to realize some things. These dudes play so many games. They make so much money, and they just kind of want to chill. I think we are the ones that need to change on this one, y'all. I think we have to accept that the All-Star game is more of just like a get-together, kickback. You know what I'm saying? We'll throw the ball around, throw some shots up, and the people at the game. So maybe this isn't so much for people to watch on TV because you're not going to get into it. But if you're at the game, it's more so just like a who's of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look, that person's here, and we're just having fun. You know, like, it's changed now. You know what I'm saying? It once was something when guys are making less money and they had to compete for things and it was more about pride. I think we kind of come off of that now, yo. Like, there's no way that you can pay somebody, you know what I'm saying, $60 million a year to play basketball and think that they're going to really be out there like, oh, you know, my life is on. Like, nah, it's not. I just don't think we're going to get back to that. And I'm actually okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take basketball very seriously. Like, chill, I told you the time I took my kids to watch the Globetrotters and almost walked out because I was like, hell no, y'all playing too much. But like, I can, you know what I'm saying? I can come to terms with this. Like, I'm starting to see it. Like, it's just a good weekend dunk contest, you know. And last year was my first year ever going to an All-Star event or anything, right? So when I saw that, I was kind of like, oh, well, this is what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about just the who's event, marketing, brands, and all that. I think we got to stop putting so much pressure on these guys to play a real pickup game like what we want to see.
Well, that's what it was. That's what it was.
That though, right? It's based on that. So if I don't have guys playing hard, right, then the average guy is not going to watch that game. Now brands is not going to pay to market that game, right, and so on and so forth. So the whole game is predicated on guys playing hard, and people want to watch that shit. If guys are not playing hard, I don't want to watch Braun and Kevin Hart chill out for 30 minutes, right? I don't care about Mr. Beast.
Yeah, and Kevin Hart.
You're not a casual fan though. You're not a casual fan. We are serious about. But we're serious about basketball though, and I've come to realize, like, as I'm getting older and older, that I'm a little too serious about basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you got to chill, bro. Like, people don't want you to, you know, like, they don't want to see all that all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, let's let these dudes have fun. Let's let the kids. I think the All-Star event is more so for the youngsters to go, and then also the rich and famous people to pop out and do what they do best, do walkthroughs and shit like that. You know, the stuff that I can't relate to. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I just think that it's supposed to be fun for them. I don't know, y'all. I'm starting to see it from that way now.
Well, I think that was the plan, Ox. That's what in 1984, when All-Star Weekend became a thing in 1984 when they first started it, that was the plan, to engage the fan in what it was, right? But it was also to enhance the experience by giving you a great All-Star game, giving you a great dunk contest. The problem is that we're at a point where these dudes is making so much money, the incentive to do that just doesn't make any sense anymore. Because again, back then it was about my game. Back then it was about me being better than you at being a better dunker, right? At being in an All-Star game. The East is better than the West. Well, I'm on the books for $55 million. I mean, is it really?
Hey, chill.
Really?
Chill. That's a great point that you just said. At the end of the day, I'm gonna just tell the truth. these NBA players play harder in pickup games than they do. I'm talking about pickup games outside of the NBA than they do in the All-Star game. That's a problem. Like, that's a problem. Like, have you ever? I don't know if everybody has, but I've been in.
Should they just make the All-Star game a pickup game?
That's what it is.
I mean, that's what it is.
No. A legitimate open gym.
They first
five off. The next 5 got up.
They might as well, bro.
So, Ron, that's not going to help, y'all.
They play hard at Zeke, Ron.
But that's not going to help because it's in the middle of the season, y'all. I think we got to stop. Like, chill. You said you were bringing up 1984, 85, right? And what it used to be. We got to understand how much has changed since then. The money, the brand deals, everything. And Jay, I think a minute ago you were talking about like views on it. I don't think they really tripping off all the views from the TV as much as they are people enjoying the weekend. Like, for instance, this year's going to be in LA. I think this is more about what happens boots on the ground in LA as opposed to who's watching in North Carolina and Ohio and stuff like that.
For sure.
You know, that's an assumption I'm making, of course, because I haven't seen the books.
That's a good point.
But after and this is a part of you know how like when you start getting around and seeing more things and going places and traveling. This was my first experience in an All-Star weekend, and so after that experience, it enlightened me to what's really happening here. Because prior to that, all I had ever seen was the dunk contest, 3-point contest, skills competition in the game. I never saw all what's going on throughout the whole city, all these events, all the celebs, all the baddies that pop out.
They could be drunk and got weak knees for the game.
They bad.
I think that's what it's all about, y'all. Honestly, you know what I'm saying. And mind you, I'm fine with that because you got to make money. You got to have business. I just wish they would have one in Sacramento. That's my only gripe, chill. That's my only.
I ain't gonna lie.
I still gotten the
satisfaction about the All-Star game in a while.
I still have not gotten a satisfactory answer on how the All-Star game has never been in Sacramento. And it's been in Salt Lake City twice in the last 30 years.
Fellas, we'll be there in 1947. I mean, 2047. I know I'll be there.
1947 is crazy.
2047. My bad. I meant to say we'll be drinking 1942 in 2047.
You drinking 1947, Ron? Boy, you got too much bread for that. It's out the mud, boy. We got Kid, we got Jay, we got Ox.
But
hey, 1947 is crazy.
How do y'all feel about the European team though, or the world team, comprised of 8 players?
They're gonna embarrass us, and they're gonna have people thinking that they can really beat us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the world team is
the top 8 players.
Luka. Okay, so Luka, Giannis, Jokic, Shea.
I think Cat probably.
Wemby.
Risha Shea?
Hell nah.
Sar?
No. Lauri Markkanen.
Franz and DeMontis.
DeMontis. How can we forget? Yeah,
Franz, DeMontis, and Lauri Markkanen. So those 8 guys.
Franz and Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really want to see that either because it's like, why?
Is Cat international? Is Cat gonna Cat?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know.
Yeah, why would they? No, I mean, I guess.
Oh, Amin Thompson.
His mother's Dominican.
But this is a conspiracy. Like, why are we doing this for our league?
The reason why we're doing it is because what the All-Star game has now become. And to Ox's point, yes, it 100% is more about the fans and more about getting together and engaging the fans in the players, right? And meeting players and stuff like that. But at the end, the caveat was the All-Star game. The caveat used to be the dunk contest. That's what it used to be. Unfortunately, isn't that anymore.
Do you think that's bad for Brandon though? Because you think the EuroLeague would ever have an All-Star event, they put all Americans on one team and then say, play against our EuroLeague.
We got different problems though, Jordan.
I just think that's bad for the league. Like, why do that so everybody can say Europeans run the NBA when it's just factually not true? Like when it's
Jordan, if you take that approach, then I would assume that you align with what Real Talk and Penn were saying yesterday, as far as outside opinion affecting who watches. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I don't think that. No, I don't think it affects who watches. I'm just saying I just don't want that conversation as far as like.
Yeah, like, but I think all conversation is good conversation to the league. Even if it is even what Chuck and Shaq allegedly do, I even think that's good for the league at some point because there's always youngsters that's doing the same way. So to me, it's kind of like
I'm not mad at the conversation too. I'm not mad at the conversation. I just
you know what I'm saying. Well, I'm okay, you know, but I think like it's not necessarily bad. I mean, I think that just shows like the level of basketball that's going on around the world. I think that actually helps. I think that helps the EuroLeague and the NBA. If you see, I mean, there's some Europeans out here, some African cats, you know what I'm saying, some Australians, some South Americans, some dudes playing ball, Asian people, you know what I'm saying, they playing ball. You know,
I mean, possibly, but it's also unrealistic. Like it's gonna spark a conversation about. Look who won this. Like they put all the guys, and it's like, yeah, that's also unrealistic. You put 8 guys from 8 different countries on one team, and then
yeah, but don't you think? But you also got to remember, America's bigger than Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like, so it's still, so it's like, it's to me, it's kind of. In fact, it's that might make some of the American dudes play a little harder. Maybe if it's like, yo, we can't let these dudes beat us like that in LA. You know, so that
maybe, but I mean, that's first of all, that's hard. But that's what I'm saying about it being unrealistic. It's not about they beating us. It's like, bro, y'all put 8 of the best basketball players in the world on one team,
and they had 8.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And you know what? Sometimes you got to get humbled. Like I was talking about Luka. Like sometimes you got to get knocked down to, you know. And another thing, chill, the dunk contest. I also think we're going too far with the dunk contest. How many times, like people ain't just gonna start jumping higher, you know what I'm saying, and doing different. Like you,
I don't know how many.
Oh no, I thought it was evolution.
Well, come on, man.
I don't believe in evolution. Like that.
Come on. But my thing is, yes, you're right, Jordan. Evolution is a hoax. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. But what I'm saying is like, chill. How much do we really expect the dunk contest to keep getting better and better? And like it's like physically impossible.
No, I don't think that we expect it to get better, but I mean, we did see better dunk contests. When I saw the dunk contest in '88, I didn't think that it could get better than that until Vince Carter shows up. And Vince Carter is doing something astronomical that I was like, whoa, that's blowing my mind. And then I see this kid, Zach LaVine, and this kid, Aaron Gordon, go at it. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. I mean, that's pretty impressive. But then I think with the advancement of social media and I think the advancement of a whole bunch of other things, I think people, they lose interest, and they lose interest really quickly in things. So when you have stuff like the dunk contest, which there's a lot of things that you've already seen, and what you already seeing this stuff, we gotta keep the people engaged on some level. Baseball is a prime example of that, Ox. What did baseball do? Baseball, they had to put a clock in the game, because if they don't put a clock in the game, people aren't interested, because there's so many other things going on. So with basketball, what they
putting
did
that clock
was
in baseball was clutch.
Yes,
they at 100% it was.
Yes,
see, I used to like being at the ballpark for 7 hours.
No,
hell no. That would be a whole day.
Hey, but
oh my God,
that clock in there, you start to see more home runs. You start to see more hits because the pitchers can't just hoodwink the damn.
No,
hurry
up.
And just
they got to move this forward, and they're trying to do it too, Ox. They added the skills competition, which I think would have been great when I was growing up. Like I would have loved to see Stockton and Magic in the skills competition. Right?
Oh yeah,
I would have loved to have seen that. But
when did that start?
I want to say in like 2014, something like that. I think. Yeah, like
maybe a little early.
No, remember D Wade. Remember D Wade won that one before that, right? Didn't D Wade win that one a while back?
The reason why I'm thinking 2014 because I remember I think the All-Star game was in New York in 15, and I was going to go to it strictly off the strength that I wanted to see the skills competition. That's why I wanted to go to it. So they've added, like I said, they've added stuff like that. But I think that we're in a space today where there's so many other things going on that the incentive to watch the dunk contest, the incentive to watch the All-Star game, because the quality of the game isn't good, it goes down. Like I feel like if it was better, I think we get more eyes on it.
I agree. They got to add that ones tournament. They dragging their fucking ass.
Oh man,
I don't care how many.
That's gonna be hard, y'all.
I know, but they got to do it.
KD said he'd get in for $1 million. KD,
I don't think it'd be hard
because KD about it though. Everybody not KD. KD a real hooper.
That's the thing, though.
Niggas need to know then.
Hey, so we know KD will do it. We know Kyrie will do it. After that, you don't need all 24 participants to get in there. You really only need 4 or 5 people, and it's just 4 or 5 people play king of the court. That is going to steal the show. That's going to be the best moment of the weekend.
And to your point, Ron, not only is because let me tell you who we're gonna get in it. I'm gonna tell you guys like Jordan Poole will get in it. guys like Jordan Clarkson to get in it. And what's going to end up happening is that Jordan Clarkson is going to win this thing, and the word's going to get out. Jordan Clarkson is the best one-on-one player in the NBA. Oh, you think so? Then now the next year, I'm going to get into it.
Yep.
And then it's gonna. I think it's gonna snowball from there, as opposed to like we're gonna call out KD. We don't have to call out KD. Like we don't have to call out Jason Tatum. No, you're already gonna see it because the word on the street is Jordan Poole, the best one-on-one player in the game. Why? You saw him at the All-Star game. You saw him at the ones. He busted everybody else's ass, and you were scared to get in it. So, you think I'm scared to get in it? All right, I'll see y'all next year. And I think that's how that ends up.
What does that mean for the second half of the season? Right now, the second half, right? If I see you bust his ass in ones. In February, now we are playing April. It's the last game, last couple weeks of the season. I see y'all.
I already bust your ass at the All-Star weekend. I'm gonna bust your ass again when I see you.
I love that shit.
I'm here for that, y'all. I would love to see that. Hey, chill. I meant to tell you this though, just real quick. Something funny happened yesterday. Because speaking of baseball, so yesterday was first day of fall ball. My son's first day, and so we walk up and meet the coach. The coach asked my son. He said, pretty much said, "What position you want to play this year?" You know what my son said, chill?
Pitcher.
He said, batter.
Give me the bat.
He said, batter.
Hey,
batter.
That is a position. It's called designated hitter.
You know what for?
Hey, Ox, I ain't gonna lie though. If your son would have said something else, you ain't raising them right. See, he don't need to know all the positions in baseball. You ain't raising them right. If he just said some other shit, he gotta learn that shit. Hey, that's the right response. That's the right response for a young buck growing up, raised by Ox. I ain't gonna say
they went around the circle.
The right response.
They went around the circle like, okay, so what are your goals this year? What do you want to learn? He said, man, I'm just trying to hit some home runs.
That's it.
They win them games.
Hey, let him keep that delusion. Let him keep that delusion.
That's like a
in
bucket
his heart.
basketball.
You don't know no better to think about all that other stuff. I just want to be. I just want somebody to DH for me. Like he don't need to know about all that. He need to think he need to think he can. He's Sammy Sosa. He need to think he
Sammy
himself.
Yeah, he need to think about all that, bro. He don't need to be thinking about all that other stuff. Hey, when I first played baseball, and I was amazing at baseball. I keep telling people this. I was amazing at it. When I first played baseball, I didn't know nothing about nothing. I just knew I knew how to pitch. I knew how to hit. Let the coaches teach me all the other stuff. And I was so innocent to the game, not knowing all this other foolishness. I had so much confidence because I thought the game was so easy.
Yeah, like, but you left-handed too, huh?
Yeah. Well, I keep telling people I played select baseball. I was in the 5th grade playing with 8th graders. Boy, I couldn't play my 8. They throwing that little slow ass pitch. I'm hitting that shit over the fence. I did that shit one time. The coach said, "Hey, we got to get him out of here. You got to play with the big boy.
Hit the curve,
hit that shit over the fence."
I couldn't hit the curve, Ron. I could feel.
And my dad, and it's just in my genes. My dad, boy, he was a hell of a baseball player too. He played in that same league Deion Sanders played in. That's when they used to allow you to do that when you was in high school, to play in them little minors. Chill, you should probably know about it. My dad played in them same leagues right there.
What, the Negro Leagues?
Nah,
we had that. We had that in Jersey City.
They used to draft. The MLB used to draft like high school kids, and they kind of put them on like a little. Almost like a developmental team, and they go around and play different teams.
Willie Banks from Jersey City. Willie Banks played for the Yankees from Jersey City.
My dad and this dude played on the Yankee. Not on the Yankees. They played on this major league team too. I can't remember the name. I had to ask him, but he was the #1 pitcher in the country. His name was Gregory Donkey. That was his name. He was the #1 pitcher in the country.
Gregory Donkey.
Yo, chill. What's wrong with him? Yo,
Ron is crazy, bro.
Super chats, y'all. Super chats. We got to get the super chats.
Is crazy. The Negro League is crazy as hell, bro. That's crazy.
What a wow.
When was the Negro League even out?
That's neither here nor there. We don't got time to get people a history lesson, Jordan. But what we do got time for is to tell everybody thank you for watching the panel today. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing on Instagram. And shout out to all of our members, especially our Hall of Famers. That includes Vale. That includes Bulletproof. That includes Kingster. That includes Multi-Kenny, Teddy Hart, Trevi, Cheese, Joe Breezy, and Worldwide Mace Television. Salute to all of our Hall of Famers. Now let's get to those who have sent through super chats. Starting with Pretty Cool Guy 101. He sent through a pretty funny super chat earlier. This time he said, Uncle Dennis or whoever asked to get $15 million from endorsement deals. Hello.
Cheap ass Raptors should have got up off their ass and did something.
This one was for the Lakers, wasn't it? 15 million for the Lakers.
The 15 was supposed to be for the Raptors. The Lakers, he was asking Genie for a whole bunch of stuff. I think that's one of them situations where I don't plan on going there, so I'm gonna ask you for some outrageous.
Yeah.
Come through with it, then shit, okay. I don't think he had any intention on going to the Lakers. I don't know Kawhi. I don't know them. I'm just saying I don't think he was really gonna go. Imagine if Kawhi go team up with Brown. Like, he can't have that smut on his record.
Hey, Ox, what is Kawhi? Do you happen to know? I mean, you know everything else about Kawhi. Would you happen to know his ancestry line?
Right, I'm not getting caught up in that. You can't.
All right,
you can't bait me into that.
Okay, all right, for sure.
No, sir.
Jonathan Frazier said, "I won't be shocked if Ox is a part of the Kawhi stuff."
I feel me neither.
If Kawhi tells Ox to jump off a cliff, it looks like Ox is jumping off that cliff. Shame on Ox.
Hey, first of all cliffs aren't created equal. If you ain't never been cliff jumping, jumped into a lake off a cliff, like, did you really live? You know what I'm saying?
Jump into an ocean.
Yeah, like that stuff is fun. I know y'all call that.
It's called cliff diving.
Y'all call that white people stuff. I mean, white people stuff be fun as hell, bro. Y'all need to get outside.
For sure. No, for sure.
Hey, Ox, you remember that one summer where we was with Annie, Ashley, and Amy, and we was jumping off them cliffs in the Lake Shasta?
See how Ron put your business on the street? See how Ron putting business out the street, right? See what I'm saying?
In his defense, though, chill. We was jumping off.
It might have been cliffs. It might have been fun, right? It might have been fun, but of course,
chill. You ever jumped into a pool full of milk?
Yes.
What?
Sean Pigman.
Hey, we were just going room.
Sean Pigman said, "I think Ox is asking if it is the Bombers' involvement that makes this a problem for the NBA, or if it is Kawhi's no-showing that the NBA is looking into."
Hey, Sean Pigman, that's a hell of a beard you got right there, boy. Bring that beard back up, boy. Boy, got a hell of a beard.
That's all I was trying to ask. That's all I was trying to ask in that point was like, what was the real issue? Because people were making such a big deal about him not showing up. And that's why I just kept saying, like, why do y'all keep talking about not showing up? If it's fraud because the Steve Ballmer's money, then it's fraud whether he showed up or not. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all trying to put Kawhi into something because y'all wanted to be on Kawhi. And it's like, if he show up or not, it's still fraud, right? That's why I was asking that question. That's all.
It just makes it look worse because he's not showing up and still get paid. That makes it look worse. That at least if he showed up, it looks a little more legitimate. It's just the optics of it. But I hear what you're saying.
Right. But once again, Jay, like I was saying earlier, though, I always hated them dudes in class where it's like, bro, we played in the South Bay last night. I didn't get home till 1. I'm not gonna be here for this 7 a.m. class today, and you crying about it. Calm down.
I understand that. I wasn't going to class either. But you show up on game day. I don't give a damn what time they tell me.
As long as you're there before second period ends on game day, you could play. So
now I'm talking about in college. Shit, you miss class, but you don't miss no goddamn practice or game, boy. You sleep all day. It's time for practice. You forgot all about school. You start looking at school as a conspiracy. That type of shit you
conspiracy
on.
Hey, Jordan, I thought that shit was a myth.
But facts.
All right, y'all better be lucky Swipe ain't up here. But SMN R&DM said Ox sure may not meet the criteria of guilty without a reasonable doubt. But let's be honest, we are not stupid. Stop capping for billionaires. All scum.
Why y'all be doing that with billionaires? Why y'all be talking about stop capping for billionaires? Like,
Well, Jordan, that's
niggas is broke. That's why it sucks to see niggas with mad money. You pop. I'll be mad too. I'll be mad when I was broke. I was mad at niggas with a little bit of money. I was pissed. I wanted to hurt everybody.
You gonna stay like that with that mindset.
Well, you know, Jordan, that's Napoleon Hill speaks on that. Napoleon Hill spoke on that before, and he was saying, like, when you come from that background of not having much money, you're trained, you're conditioned to think that money is evil. You're trained to think that everybody that has a certain amount of money is evil because you don't know nothing about no money. You know what I'm saying? And so, and a lot of times we're up here and people always talking about this billion. He's a billionaire. But now that Steve Ballmer done did something, it's not a problem because it's about Kawhi. Now, had this been Kevin Durant,
I didn't know you was gonna flip it like
that. Had this been Jason Tatum, had this been anybody else, it'd be like, oh, that billionaire, this and that. But since it's Kawhi, y'all trying to blame shit to the claw.
Henny, why you think 153 billion for one man is crazy? No, it ain't.
Well, that is crazy.
No, that ain't. King Solomon had all the bread too.
Solomon was.
Solomon had like 753 wives.
He's the richest man in history. I'm talking about he was rich in everything.
I'm not even over exaggerating. I believe for sure, and I know I'm not tripping. Solomon had probably 753 wives and about 300 concubines.
Those was different times. 30 years old.
Yeah, he didn't live long enough for people to hate him. He was barely on. He died like at 35.
Well, he was rich as hell. You know how he was rich?
Solomon?
Yeah,
he did live a long time.
Yeah, he did not.
How long?
35 years?
Approximately. Don't quote me.
You said 35 years?
Yeah, about 35 years old.
Like, you mean 135?
Yeah, I think he lived longer than 35. But I can go check. I was in Kingdom today. I kind of know a little bit.
And you know, back in them days, like Moses was like 530.
Ron, I have a history degree. I will put everything.
I don't know. I just know in biblical times, dude was living to like 200.
I know Solomon is the son of David.
Back then, that's why. Niggas could not fucking count back then. They lived like 5 years. They were counting as 100 years.
So if they couldn't count, then maybe they just miscounted them wives. If they couldn't count,
they ain't miscounting wives.
They probably counted the same broad 3 times. You know,
no, they ain't miscounting wives because they came back and it kind of bit him. It kind of bit him a little bit because it changed the way he started thinking. So it kind of came back to bite him a little bit.
Historically, though, people.
I think he lived like 70 years, though. I'm not tripping. I think
he ain't had nothing on Genghis Khan, because boy.
Genghis Khan, boy.
Everybody
we really don't know how many. We really don't know how many kids Solomon had.
I know what.
You don't know with 753 wives.
One of the brothers should have left Bathsheba alone. That's all I know.
First of all, for you guys that don't know, King Solomon was reigning for like 35 years.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. He lived longer than 35 for sure.
Yes. He was on top for like 35.
He's David's son. David's son. He definitely lived longer than 35 years for sure.
He was on top for that.
That man had about 1,035 women, Ox. He had more kids.
All them women, and she'll talk about he was on top for 35. He should have got on the bottom. I know he was tired. Let her do some work.
They say he paid for him though.
I mean, when you got all the money in the world, you know what? I see that the link in the bio principle has not been new to us. I see this isn't a new thing, but y'all, we got to keep it pushing. The ball out highlight said, Swiper, I got drafted to Denver in 2K. Me and Jokic about to go crazy.
That's funny.
Swiper saw that. He laughed at it live.
Me and Jokic about to go crazy is hilarious. Hey, imagine getting drafted and say, oh, shit, get to play with Jokic. And you on 2K. That's crazy. Now I'm putting Jokic on the bench. Y'all niggas crazy. I'm trading Jokic. Fuck out of here. This is my team. And I'm trying to get 15. I used to do shit like that on the game. I was a menace. Nigga, I'm on a team with KD. Fuck out of here, nigga. I'm 35 now, nigga. I averaged 40 as a rookie. And I'm getting 40-point triple doubles as a rookie. Y'all niggas playing the game the wrong way. I play it bad.
He said,
I get to play with LeBron. As soon as I get on the team, that nigga don't pass me the ball one time. Nigga, get out of here. Nigga, you got to go. And then when my team trash, nigga, I asked for a trade to go play with Steph. Then when Steph on bullshit, he got to go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jordan's taking the ship when he can't be the captain. That's fucked up. That's
yeah. I ruined franchises when I was on 2K, nigga. I was rewriting history. Get your ass out of here, nigga. And when they leave, I go change my jersey number to their number, nigga. Ain't no way,
that is ridiculous.
Ain't no way. I'm breaking all records. I took my anger out on the Warriors when I played. Nigga, I used to go on my GMO when they used to beat the Rockets. I was a menace. I was like 22. Go on my GMO. I'm trading Steph, Clay, Draymond. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas going to 3 different teams. You niggas gonna never. And then I resign as the GM. I resign as the GM after that. I go straight play for the Rockets again.
I'm coming to, that's what he's doing, Ron. I'm coming to poison your organization and then I'm out. That's what
y'all ass the fuck out of here, man.
So that's how you take out your anger on Steph, Draymond, and Steve Kerr?
I'm telling you, y'all think I'm joking. I'm serious.
No, he dead ass serious.
I'm sure
that's why I quit playing the game. I just quit. I realized I was too consumed on the Rockets and Warriors beef. That's the only reason why I wanted to play the game. When James Harden left, I no longer cared to play the game no more. I'm dead ass. That's what happened.
He said power triple 2K is fucking insane. That is ridiculous.
That's a fact. I'm not even joking. I know it's funny. I'm dead ass serious. I was thrown off.
Fellas, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, tonight, I mean.
On the game, I would trade your ass too. Just good.
Chill, where you gonna be at today?
I'm gonna be on Chill with Chill at 4:00. Me and the big fella over here, and then tonight I'm gonna be on playback. I don't know what game we watching, but apparently we got a game of Caucasian persuasion. That's what it sounds like. So we're gonna find out who it is. So I'll see y'all dudes later.
All right, y'all.
Ron, why do you keep pushing that so hard, letting us know there's light skin or white point guards or whatever? Like that doesn't matter, bro. This is, you know what I'm saying? I don't, because me.
You're right. It's gonna be a high scoring game between two high scoring offenses. There you go.
Right, because I don't see color. You know what I mean? So,
you seen color on the cliff with Ashley, Amy, and Annie.
I still don't see color, bro. I don't know what you're talking
about. You're a funny guy, Ox.
Shit, I'm finna go see color in a minute. I'm finna go to the gym, boy. Shit. Well, I go to one of the best gyms in the city of Houston. Boy, I ain't lying.
You're right, Jordan. I wasn't even planning on working out this afternoon.
But you know yesterday,
hey, for all y'all who need motivation in the chat, you see so many good things at the gym. Whether you feel like going or not, get your ass up and go to the gym.
For sure.
That view right there, whoo, boy, you hit a whole bunch of. Boy, I hit so many different sets yesterday. Boy, I was just, I'm rocked. I'm ready to go right now, boy. Tell you, I'm finna go. Hey.
Did you say you rocked up? Ready to go right now?
I did not say that. I did not say that. I stopped before I said that. That's crazy. Hey, I'm just letting you know, Ox. When I work out, I listen to Kevin Gates.
Hell no.
I listen to Kevin Gates when I work out for a reason.
Oh, hell no.
Hey, boy, I'm talking
this
about
he give me
everything I'm looking for.
That's a fact. Straight deviant.
Everything, boy. I go from this
alert the gym security immediately. Somebody has to watch this thing. They need to be alerted.
I'm hitting them hang cleans. I hit them
the public safety is a concern.
I ain't no concern. Hey, I'm hitting them hang cleans, and Kevin Gates got that new song. Ain't gotta say no names, say no names. I pump that joint, boy. I'm babe. I'm getting ready, boy. You don't know what position I gotta be in, boy. I'm ready for whatever. You right. I'm trying to apply pressure. I'm telling you, boy.
Jordan, you need to take Frank to the gym with you.
Man, hell no.
You need a workout partner, don't you?
He gonna fuck my vibe up. All the women gonna start leaving when Frank pulling them up.
He can spot you, man.
Frank be in the gym. Look, Frank be in the gym waiting on the girl to look at him so he can go like this. That's it. She like, get me.
Shout out Frank, man. Okay, keep staying in that gym, brother. Keep staying in that gym.
Hey, keep on that Kevin Gates on, boy. I listen to straight that. I'm telling you.
Phil Boy 7 said the Rockets and the Thunder have the same approach in terms of defense carries us and have our offensive superstars stabilize the half-court offense.
They're gonna need that offense, Jordan. I don't know what your point was earlier, but they're gonna need.
I didn't say they don't need it. I think y'all.
That's what it sounded like you were saying.
Huh?
That's what it sounded like you were saying.
No, I didn't say they don't need it. I'm just saying that I would say it like this: they don't need it to win big. They don't need Kevin Durant to go crazy to win big. I'm saying if we take off what Jalen Green, we just repeat Jalen Green and change that body to Kevin Durant, change him to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is not going to give me a 3-point quarter in the fourth when we losing games by 9 points or when the Warriors is right there. He's not going to do that.
I mean, you never know who could do that, but I get your point.
Yeah, but he ain't. We know he ain't going to do that.
You never know. When Draymond on you, anything's possible.
We just need to end. And Jalen Green didn't have very much gravity. Like they didn't allow him to. Like he wasn't collapsing no damn defenses. Like
that's true.
So That's what I'm saying about that. I'm not saying that we don't need Kevin Durant. I was the biggest one to say I'm happy we got KD.
Yeah.
But for that reason, like the Rockets is going to be a defensive savant. Like you're going to see the Rockets guard. And KD is going to bring more rim protection. I don't know what Swipe was talking about Jalen Green in that point of attack shit. Like no,
I don't like Jalen Green as a defender either. So I
like it. No, he's solid. He wouldn't have been on the Rockets that long if he wasn't a good defender. If he was a horrible defender, he wouldn't have been.
He wasn't horrible, but I don't like him for what they were doing on the Rockets.
He's solid though. He's solid as a defender, especially in pick and roll. He maybe not be solid as all this rim protecting guard shit. He not solid with that.
He'll be on the pick and roll, but I see him mess up.
Point of attack, he on that. Point of attack, he on that. That's all I'm saying.
All right, y'all. We got some new members. The first one is 7 grams Swish. Shout out to 7 grams in the Swish.
Damn, that's all you got is 7 grams? A gram? A gram? That motherfucker talking about a gram.
All Logic, No Emotion also became a YouTube member. Shout out to All Logic and shout out to everybody out there with no emotions.
Hey, that boy representing me.
Byru also became a YouTube member. Shout out to Byru. We got another members chat from Petty Hardaway. He's been a member for 10 months. Petty said, speaking of invasive species, pythons in Florida.
It's a python in Florida? Oh, hold on. Can y'all tell me what this means? I had a dream earlier. I went to the gym. I came back. I took me a nap.
Jordan, I'm not Solomon, by the way. I'm not Joseph. I can't read dreams.
All right. I'm just saying. I had a dream. I just know sometimes people be having myths about dreams. I had a dream that I was just getting chased by crazy animals. I'm talking about like I was riding my bike. I don't know why I was riding the bike. I don't even own a bike. But I was riding the bike coming from somewhere, and I seen a big ass alligator coming. I hit the corner. Then after that, I seen a big ass donkey come. I'm like, what the fuck a donkey doing
donkey?
Here? Yeah. And that joint coming. Then after that, I keep going. I see horses just chasing me. I'm like, ain't no way I can run away from a horse.
Oh, you know what that is, Jordan? You know what that is?
Horses?
Bullshit. No. The Broncos.
Oh,
y'all play them on Sunday. I'm saying that's probably what it is. Subconsciously, you really, you know what I'm saying?
You running from them. That's what he's saying.
Man, hell, I saw a donkey, alligator, and a horse make up a Bronco. That's how Broncos got here. That's evolution.
Hey,
that's evolution. I don't know. I'm just saying. I woke up once I realized I ain't gonna ride my bike faster than this horse. And sometimes horses will bite the shit out you. So I'm like, hell no, I can't risk this. I just woke up. So I don't know what that means. You know, sometimes you have a dream. Sometimes they say your dreams are happening like this, and shit happen, but I don't know. Hey, Mark Quaven, that's fucked up. That ain't no Texas shit. I ain't seen an alligator. I did see one alligator before.
Thank you, bro. That's some Texas shit if I ever heard it.
Y'all be down there eating alligators.
I don't eat alligator. That shit is gross.
Man, that shit good as hell.
You done ate barbecue alligator one day in your life? They just ain't tell you.
I tried it. I don't like it. I don't like the texture.
I like alligator. Alligators.
I don't like alligator. That shit was chasing me. Alligator had something around this.
No, we don't got alligator. We don't got alligators out here. But I've been to the South a lot. Like I travel a lot and stuff. So I've been down there. I've had plenty of alligator. But them pythons, that shit is serious in Florida though. Serious.
Like for real?
Yeah, not serious. They're overrun. Like they're everywhere.
My grandma's
big as a python.
That's it.
Shit, they got big ass pythons down there.
They're huge.
No, I know they're huge. I'm just saying, are they bigger than anacondas?
Oh, no,
I don't know. I mean, I think some of them can get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like they're both really big.
Are they taking people down?
There's been reports of people getting down.
But
it's not. They're not like. But mind you, I don't live in Florida. But from what I've seen, they're not like just barging in people's houses and snatching up.
Alligators be doing that in Florida. But
yeah, there's been reports of smaller people,
they're just disturbing the ecosystem.
Like and I don't think these pythons are. I don't think so. I don't know, but they're definitely killing people's pets, dogs, cats, all of that type of shit for sure.
Hey, that's crazy. I enjoy being a black man, but that's sometimes, boy, I wish I had that different kind of complexion because they go right up to the motherfuckers and grab them and say stop. And them motherfuckers listen. Me, shit, I'm like, what hell?
Y'all seen that one dude? Y'all seen that one dude that he go at nighttime and he be in the swamp snatching up snakes?
I seen that nigga. I know
he crazy.
He do other animals too, though. No, he do the he was.
Yeah, he be getting the little lizards and alligators, all that. He be in there.
It was a little young dude.
It's black.
Hey,
yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
hell
there was a little young dude that used to live. I forget his name all the time, bro. He one of them famous dudes now. He used to be with like the Tarzan man. I forgot his name, but he used to bro. He used to come to my crib and when I used to live in Rancho Cucamonga, bro. We used to have this little iguana. Bro, I was scared of that motherfucker. That motherfucker jumped out the cage one day.
Yeah.
I had to call his ass. He came and talked to that motherfucker. He grabbed it. He talked to it. He was like, "Pet." I'm like, "Hell no." I forgot his name though, bro. I forgot his name for sure.
No, they're going crazy down there, bro. Them snakes, they for sure killing people's dogs and cats and all that, bro.
Yeah, I might have to stay my ass up out of there.
There's been y'all gotta remember that one, the little kid that was down there at like Universal Studios or whatever down in Orlando got snatched by an alligator. The little kid was like 3 or 4 years old.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's OD.
And you know what's so crazy? The alligators don't even eat them. I think they just keep them in, like they just drown the shit out of them or something like that.
Well, that's how alligators. So a crocodile will kill you right there. Alligator take you under and drown you,
and then eat you.
See, I didn't know nothing about that. I'm telling you, I enjoy being black, but I wish I had the bravery of them guys. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Boy, them motherfuckers go right to an alligator.
The guys that are going to be the point guards of the teams that we're watching on playback tonight.
Yeah, them boys will thump that alligator right in the nose.
Jordan, it's like how y'all got them hogs down there in Texas that's tearing up shit. Nah, they do in Texas and Mississippi and all that. Them hogs is going crazy down there. That's an invasive species, just like how them pythons is in Florida.
I ain't seen one hog since I've been living in Texas. I ain't gonna lie. Not one hog.
I mean, you got a couple in your backyard on a leash right now. Stop lying. Them ain't dogs. Them is hogs.
No. I ain't seen. I seen a couple wolves though. I've been in contact.
Go to the club on a Wednesday night in Houston. You gonna see some hogs.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, them some big ass hogs.
Nah. Those are the buffaloes.
Hey, Mark Quavian, you a goddamn lie. You ain't seen no goddamn hog in no Houston.
I've been down there. I've been to Houston a couple times. There's some big girls out there. I love them though, but
Damn.
Hey, look! Trayvon talking about Rancho Cucamonga is a real place. He ain't know it's a real place.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. In the South, they got the silliest names.
No, that's
in LA.
That's in California.
I mean, the South do got some silly ass names.
I got the silliest names.
What names? What names?
Yeah, what names?
You got names. I grew up in this area called Sunny. Oh, whoa! I don't know what that is. That must be in Kanye and Diddy land. I don't know what that is, boy. Rancho what?
He just spelled it wrong.
Yeah, he had to spell that shit wrong.
Oh my God,
Rancho Cucamonga is for sure.
All right, Jay.
I'm gonna highlight y'all, man.
Yeah, that's you just gotta go east on the. You go east on the 10, you'll get there.
Yeah, Rancho Cucamonga, that's a popular place.
Yeah, for sure.
Jordan, who's the crappy killers?
I guess.
Joe Breezy with the last super chat of the day. Joe said everyone involved needs to go down. They all knew it's too much money not to be in the know. Leonard needs to be suspended without pay for 41 games. Ballmer needs to be fined 20 mil. The Clippers lose 5 first rounders and Kawhi's contract is voided.
Bro, avoiding somebody's contract, like, how do you do that? Like, you want him to just pay the bread back or what?
Yeah, right. The first of all, the Players Association, they not letting that happen. But like I'm all with the suspended 41 games for Kawhi. He for sure should be suspended for 45 games actually.
Nigga, he gonna miss 45 games anyway.
Good. That's what I'm saying. Hell yeah, sit your ass down.
Hey,
man.
you on his ass suspended, huh? Suspend
Yes,
him.
I do.
He got to come back the last 45 games.
Mm-hmm. And no back-to-backs.
No back-to-backs. That's cool, but
all right,
they ain't
y'all.
rock with Joe Smith like that though. That's why they voted his shit. They ain't rock with Joe Smith ass.
All right, y'all. It has been real. It has been fun. We'll catch you in a few hours on Throwback Thursday. And ultimately, this show has been brought to you by none other than Splash Sports. Make sure to download the app, create an account, and join the 50K Survivor game with Player's Choice. Compete against us, the panelists, and compete against the other viewers and the Player's Choice community. Don't compete against the house. That is absolutely what amateurs do. We'll catch y'all at the same time tomorrow. Friday is going to be a hell of an episode. I'll see you soon.